Welcome, Red Knight.
Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down into sleep. The sun will shape your belief, and you'll always know that your father's a thief, and you won't understand the cause of your grief, but you'll always follow the voices beneath. Guileless son, your spirit will hate her, the flower who married my brother, the traitor, and you will expose his puppet behavior, for you are the proof of how we betrayed her loyalty. Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down into sleep. Guileless son, each day you grow older, each moment I'm watching my vengeance unfold. For the child of my body, the flesh of my soul will die in returning the birthright he stole. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down to sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep end. Carry you down to
Hello guys, and good evening. Good to see you. Excited for some good fun tonight. We are going to finish Nightmares after a bit of Lovecraft reading. Some good fun with that. Looking forward to it, and we will be ready. Shouted again, Drop Dead Cyanide for starting off our leaderboard last night with 100 bits, and Whammy Hammy for fulfilling that nightly sub goal. Very, very exciting there. Good times. Oh, almost hit that log out button. Let's not hit that. Nightly sub goal complete last night thanks to Whammy Hammy with the Prime sub last seen in April. Return here for end of January 2023. We are preparing for our streamiversary in just about 3 weeks' time. Second streamiversary coming up soon. We'll reset that bit goal tomorrow. For now, we'll get some good fun and great times here in the Roost. Looking forward to it. We are all set, broadcast stable. Nightmares ready to be continued and finish up here very soon. Submitting it at the end of stream, end of writing it here tonight. Going to take my name off it since it's anonymous submission. We'll get all that here very soon and will be fantastic. In the meantime, we will get to some Lovecraft tales. Decide which one to go with from there. Let's take a look. First one here. Last read, yes, 2 weeks ago. So a week ago from a big job interview, but 2 weeks ago we finished Medusa's Coil. Lots of fun with that. Lurking Fear we read back in the text version. One of the first ones we read. All those. We have The Man of Stone, Hazel Healed. This one looks new. Yep, don't believe we have read The Man of Stone. Not entirely too long. A great one to warm up before we do read Nightmares. Let's play and get that ready for final edits, final look-throughs. So look forward to that. We have a little soundtrack for you here now. Let's get started and enjoy what we have for the time being. And some other fun ambiance and good times with that. Good cover arts and all. Which is pretty fun, you know. Alright, that'll be a little background music. Please enjoy. Let's go ahead and get right to it, I think. We are ready. Broadcast stable, nothing else needing to be looked at. In the meantime, look forward to chat with you soon. Thanks to Cyanide and Whammy for keeping the chat alive. Active chatters there last night. Lots of fun. See you during that Skyrim chivalry action. And here we go. The Man of Stone by Hazel Heald with H.P. Lovecraft. So a bit of a collaboration there. Double work. Man of Stone. Let's get right to it. Voice mod, didn't mean to mention, available, as always, in the About Me section. Turn on easy for voice mod activation. Always good time for that. And here we go. Ben Hayden was always a stubborn chap, and once he had heard about those strange statues in the upper Adirondacks, nothing could keep him from going to see them. Oh boy. I had been his closest acquaintance for years, and our Damon and Pythias friendship made us inseparable at all times. So when Ben firmly decided to go, well, I had to trot along too, like a faithful collie. Jack, he said, you know Henry Jackson, who was up in a shack beyond Lake Placid for that beastly spot in his lung? Well, he came back the other day nearly cured, but had a lot to say about some devilish queer conditions up there. He ran into the business all of a sudden and can't be sure yet that it's anything more than a case of bizarre sculpture. But just the same, his uneasy impression sticks. Not sure when the quotes started or in there. I guess it's still going. Okay. It seems he was out hunting one day and came across a cave with what looked like a dog in front of it. Just as he was expecting a dog to bark, he looked again and saw that the thing wasn't alive at all. It was a stone dog, such a perfect image, down to the smallest whisker, that he couldn't decide whether it was a supernaturally clever statue or a petrified animal. He was almost afraid to touch it, but when he did, he realized it was surely made of stone. After a while, he nerved himself to go into the cave, and there he got still a bigger jolt, only a little way in where there was another stone figure, or what looked like it. But this time it was a man's. It lay on the floor, on its side, wore clothes, and had a peculiar smile on its face. This time, Henry didn't stop to do any touching, but beat it straight for the village. Mountaintop, you know. Of course he asked questions, but they did not get him very far. He found he was on a ticklish subject, for the natives only shook their heads, crossed their fingers, and muttered something about a mad Dan, whoever he was. It was too much for Jackson, so he came home weeks ahead of his planned time. He told me all about it because he knows how fond I am of strange things, and oddly enough, I was able to fish up a recollection that dovetailed pretty neatly with his yarn. Do you remember Arthur Wheeler, the sculptor who was such a realist that people began calling him nothing but a solid photographer? I think you knew him slightly. Well, as a matter of fact, he ended up in that part of the Adirondacks himself, spent a lot of time there, and then dropped out of sight. Never heard from again. Now, if stone statues that look like men and dogs are turning up around there, it looks to me as if they might be his work. No matter what the rustics say, or refuse to say about them. Of course, a fellow with Jackson's nerves might easily get flighty and disturbed over things like that, but I'd have done a lot of examining before running away. In fact, Jack, I'm going up there now to look things over, and you're coming along with me. It wouldn't mean a lot to find Wheeler, or any of his work. Anyhow, the mountain air will brace us both up. So, less than a week later, after a long train ride and a jolting bus trip through breathlessly exquisite scenery, we arrived at Mountain Top in the late golden sunlight of a June evening. The village comprised only a few small houses, a hotel, and the general store at which our bus drew up, but we knew that the latter would probably prove a focus for such information. Surely enough, the usual group of idlers was gathered around the steps, and when we represented ourselves as health seekers in search of lodgings, they had many recommendations to offer. Though we had not planned to do any investigating till the next day, Ben could not resist venturing some vague, cautious questions when he noticed the senile garrulousness of one of the ill-clad loafers. He felt from Jackson's previous experience that it would be useless to begin with the references to the queer statues, but decided to mention Wheeler as one whom we had known, and in whose fate was consequently had a right to be interested. The crowd seemed uneasy when Sam stopped his whittling and started talking, but they had slight occasion for alarm. Even this barefoot old mountain decadent tightened up when he heard Wheeler's name, and only with difficulty could Ben get anything coherent out of him. Wheeler, he had finally wheezed. Oh, yeah, that feller as was all the time blasting rocks and cutting 'em up into statues. So you knowed him yet, hey? Well, they ain't much we can tell you, and maybe that's too much. He stayed out to Mad Dan's cabin in the hills, but not so very long. Got so he wanted no more. By Dan, that is. Kinder soft-spoken and got around Dan's wife till the old devil took notice. Pretty sweet on her, I guess, but he took the trail sudden, and nobody's seen hide nor hair of him since. Dan must have told him something pretty plain. Bad feller to get age agin ya. Dan is. Better keep away from there, boys, for they ain't no good in that part of the hills. Dan's been working up a worse and worse mood and ain't seen about no more, nor his wife neither. Guess he's penned her up so's nobody else can make eyes at her. As Sam resumed his whittling, after a few more observations, Ben and I exchanged glances. Here, surely, was a new lead which deserved intensive following up. Deciding to lodge at the hotel, we settled ourselves as quickly as possible, planning for a plunge into the wild, hilly country on the next day. At sunrise, we made our start, each bearing a knapsack laden with provisions and such tools as we thought we might need. The day before us had an almost stimulating air of invitation, through which only a faint undercurrent of the sinister ran. Our rough mountain road quickly became steep and winding, so that before long our feet ached considerably. After about 2 miles, we left the road, crossing a stone wall on our right near a great elm, and striking off diagonally toward a steeper slope according to the chart, and directions which Jackson had prepared for us. It was rough and dreary traveling, but we knew that the cave could not be far off. In the end, we came upon the aperture quite suddenly, a black, bush-grown crevice where the ground shot abruptly upward, and beside it, near a shallow rock pool, a small, still figure stood rigid, and if rivaling its own uncanny petrification. It was a gray dog, or a dog statue, and as our simultaneous gasp died away, we scarcely knew what to think. Jackson had exaggerated nothing, and we could not believe that any sculptor's hand had succeeded in producing such perfection. Every hair of the animal's magnificent coat seemed distinct. And those on the back were bristled up as if some unknown thing had taken him unaware. Ben, at last, half kindly touching the delicate stony fur, gave vent to an exclamation. "Good God, Jack, but this can't be any statue. Look at it. All the little details, and the way the hair lies. None of Wheeler's technique here. This is a real dog, though heaven only knows how he ever got in this state. Just like stone. Feel for yourself. Do you suppose there's any strange gas that sometimes comes out of the cave and does this to an animal life? We ought to have looked more into the local legends. And if this is a real dog, or was a real dog, then that man inside must be the real thing, too." It was with a good deal of genuine solemnity, almost dread, that we finally crawled on hands and knees through the cave mouth. Ben leading, the narrowness looked hardly 3 feet, after which the grotto expanded in every direction to form a damp, twilight chamber flooded with rubble and detritus. For a time we could make out very little, but as we rose to our feet and strained our eyes, we began slowly to descry a recumbent figure amidst the greater darkness ahead. Ben fumbled with his flashlight, but hesitated for a moment before turning it on the prostrate figure. We had little doubt what the stony thing was. What had once been a man, and something in the thought unnerved us both. When Ben at last sent forth the electric beam, we saw that the object lay on its side, back toward us. It was clearly of the same materials as the dog outside, but was dressed in the moldering and unpetrified remains of rough sport clothing. Braced as we were for a shock, we approached quite calmly to examine the thing, Ben going around to the other side to glimpse the averted face. Neither could possibly have been prepared for what Ben saw when he flashed the light on those stony features. His cry was wholly excusable, and I could not help echoing it as I leaped to his side and shared the sight. Yet it was nothing hideous or intrinsically terrifying. It was merely a matter of recognition, for beyond the least shadow of a doubt, this chilly rock figure, with its half-frightened, half-bitter expression, had at one time been our old acquaintance, Arthur Wheeler. Some instinct sent us staggering and crawling out of the cave and down the tangled slope to a point whence we could not see the ominous stone dog. We hardly knew what to think, for our brains were churning with conjectures and apprehensions. Ben, who had known Wheeler well, was especially upset and seemed to be piecing together some threads I had overlooked. Again and again, as we paused on the green slope, he repeated, "Poor Arthur, poor Arthur," but not till he muttered the name Mad Dan did I recall the trouble into which, according to old Sam Poole, Wheeler had run just before his disappearance. Mad Dan, Ben implied, would doubtless be glad to see what had happened. For a moment it flashed over both of us that the jealous host might have been responsible for the sculptor's presence in this evil cave. But the thought went as quickly as it came. The thing that puzzled us most was to account for the phenomenon itself. What gaseous emanation or mineral vapor could have wrought this change in so relatively short a time was utterly beyond us. Normal petrification, we know, is a slow chemical replacement process requiring vast ages for completion. Yet here were two stone images which had been living things, or at least Wheeler had, only a few weeks before. Conjecture was useless. Clearly, nothing remained but to notify the authorities and let them guess what they might. And yet at the back of Ben's head, that notion about Mad Dan still persisted. Anyhow, we clawed our way back to the road, but Ben did not turn toward the village, but looked along upward toward where old Sam had said Dan's cabin lay. It was the second house from the village. The ancient loafer had wheezed and lay on the left far back from the road in a thick copse of scrub oaks. Before I knew it, Ben was dragging me up the sandy highway, past a dingy farmstead, and into a region of increasing wildness. It did not occur to me to protest, but I felt a certain sense of mounting menace as the familiar marks of agriculture and civilization grew fewer and fewer. At last, the beginning of a narrow, neglected path opened up on our left, while the peaked roof of a squalid, unpainted building showed itself beyond a sickly growth of half-dead trees. This, I knew, must be Mad Dan's cabin, and I wondered that Wheeler had ever chosen so unprepossessing a place for his headquarters. I dreaded to walk up that weedy, uninviting path, but could not lag behind when Ben strode determinedly along and began a vigorous rapping at the rickety, musty-smelling door. There was no response to the knock, and something in its echoes sent a series of shivers through one. Ben, however, was quite unperturbed, and at once began to circle the house in a quest of unlocked windows. The third that he tried in the rear of the dismal cabin proved capable of opening, and after a boost and a vigorous spring, he was safely inside and helping me after him. The room in which we landed was full of limestone and granite blocks, chiseling tools and clay models, and we realized at once that it was Wheeler's erstwhile studio. So far we had not met with any signs of life, but over everything hovered a damnably ominous, dusty odor. On our left was an open door evidently leading to a kitchen, and on the chimney side of the house, and through this Ben started, intent on finding anything he could concerning his friend's last habitat. He was considerably ahead of me when he crossed the threshold, so that I could not see at first what brought him up short and wrung a low cry of horror from his lips. In another moment, though, I did see, and repeated his cry as instinctively as I had done in the cave. For here in this cabin, far from any subterranean depths which could breed strange gases and work strange mutations, were two stony figures which I knew at once were no products of Arthur Wheeler's chisel. In a rude armchair before the fireplace, bound in position by the lash of a long rawhide whip, was the form of a man, unkempt, elderly, and with a look of fathomless horror on its evil, petrified face. On the floor beside it lay a woman's figure, a graceful, and with a face betokening considerable youth and beauty. Its expression seemed to be one of sardonic satisfaction, and near its outflung right hand was a large tin pail, somewhat stained on the inside, as with a darkish sediment. We made no move to approach those inexplicably petrified bodies, nor did we exchange any but the simplest conjectures. That this stony couple had been Mad Dan and his wife we could not well doubt, but how to account for their present condition was another matter. As we looked horrifiedly around, we saw the suddenness with which the final development must have come, for everything about us seemed, despite a heavy coating of dust, and to have been left in the midst of commonplace household activities. The only exception to this rule of casualness was on the kitchen table, in whose cleared center, as if to attract attention, lay a thin, battered, blank book, weighed down by a sizable tin funnel. Crossing to read the thing, Ben saw that it was a kind of diary or set of dated entries, written in a somewhat cramped and none too practiced hand. The very first words riveted my attention, and before 10 seconds had elapsed, he was breathlessly devouring the halting text, I avidly following as I peered over the shoulder as we read on, moving as we did so into the less loathsome atmosphere of the adjoining room. Many obscure things became terribly clear to us, and we trembled with a mixture of complex emotions. This is what we read, and what the coroner read later on. The public has seen a highly twisted and sensationalized version in the cheap newspapers, but not even that has more than a fraction of the genuine terror which the simple original held for us as we puzzled it out alone in that musty cabin among the wild hills, with two monstrous stone abnormalities lurking in the death-like silence of the next room. When we had finished, Ben pocketed the book with a gesture half of repulsion, and his first words were, "Let's get out of here." Silently and nervously, we stumbled to the front of the house, unlocked the door, and began the long tramp back to the village. There were many statements to make and questions to answer in the days that followed, and I do not think that either Ben nor I can ever shake off the effects of the whole harrowing experience. Neither can some of the local authorities and city reporters who flocked around, even though they burned a certain book and many papers found in attic boxes, and destroyed considerable apparatus in the deepest parts of that sinister hillside cave. But here is the text itself. November 5th. My name is Daniel Morris. Around here they call me Mad Dan because I believed in powers that nobody else believes in nowadays. When I go up to Thunder Hill to keep the Feast of the Foxes, they think I am crazy. All except the backcountry folks that are afraid of me. They try to stop me from sacrificing the black goat at Hallow Eve, and always prevent me doing the great rite that would open the gate. They ought to know better, for they know I am a Van Koran on my mother's side, and anybody this side of the Hudson can tell what the Van Korans have handed down. We come from Nicholas Van Koran, the wizard, who was hanged in Woodgart in 1587, and everybody knows he had made the bargain with the black man. The soldiers never got his Book of Ebon, where they burned his house, and his grandson William Van Koran brought it over when he came to Rensselaerwyck, and later crossed the river to Esopus. Ask anybody in Kingston or Hurley about that William Van Koran line could do to the people that got in their way. Also ask them if my Uncle Hendrik didn't manage to keep hold of the Book of Ebon when they ran him out of town and when he went up the river to this place with his family. I am writing this, and I'm going to keep writing this, because I want people to know the truth after I am gone. Also, I am afraid I shall really go mad if I don't set things down in plain black and white. Everything is going against me, and if it keeps up, I shall have to use the secrets in the book and call in certain powers. "3 months ago, that sculptor Arthur Wheeler came to Mountaintop, and they sent him up to me because I am the only man in the place who knows anything except family, hunting, and fleecing summer boarders. The fellow seemed to be interested in what I had to say, and made a deal to stop here for $13 a week with meals. I gave him the back room beside the kitchen for his lumps of stone and his chiseling, and arranged with Nate Williams to tend to his rock blasting and haul his big pieces with a drag and yoke of oxen. That was 3 months ago. Now I know why that cursed son of hell took so quick to the place. It wasn't my talk at all, but the looks of my wife, Rose, that is Osborne Chandler's oldest girl. She is 16 years younger than I am, and is always casting sheep's eyes at the fellows in town. But we always managed to get along fine enough till this dirty rat showed up, even if she did balk at helping me with the rights on Rudmas and Hollowmas. I can see now that Wheeler is working on her feelings and getting her so fond of him that she hardly looks at me, and I suppose he'll try to elope with her sooner or later. But he works slow like all sly, polished dogs, and I've got plenty of time to think up what to do about it. They don't either of them know, I suspect, anything, but before long they'll both realize it doesn't pay to break up a Van Karan's home. I promise them plenty of novelty in what I'll do. November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. That's a pretty good joke, but at that I'll have something to be thankful for when I finish what I've started. No question but that Wheeler is trying to steal my wife. For the time being, though, I'll let him keep on being a star boarder. Got the Book of Ebon down from Uncle Hendrick's old trunk in the attic last week, and I'm looking up something good which won't require sacrifices that I can't make around here. I want something that'll finish these two sneaking traitors, and at the same time get me into no trouble. If it has a twist of drama in it, so much the better. I've thought of calling in the Emanation of Yoth, but that does need a child's blood, and I must be careful about the neighbors. The Green Decay looks promising, but that would be a bit unpleasant for me as well as for them. I don't like certain sights and smells. December 10th, Eureka! I've got the very thing at last. Revenge is sweet, and this is the perfect climax. Wheeler the sculptor, this is too good. Yes, indeed, that damn sneak is going to produce a statue that will sell quicker than any of the things he's been carving these past weeks. A realist, eh? Well, the new statuary won't lack any realism. I found the formula in a manuscript, insert opposite page 679 of the book. From the handwriting I judge it was put there by my great-grandfather, Barut Pictures Van Karan, the one who disappeared from New Paltz in 1839. Ya Shub Nagurath, the goat with 1,000 young. To be plain, I found a way to turn those wretched rats into stone statues. It's absurdly simple, and really depends more on plain chemistry than the outer powers. If I can get hold of the right stuff, I can brew a drink that'll pass for homemade wine, and one swig ought to finish any ordinary being short of an elephant. What it amounts to is a kind of petrification, infinitely steeped up. Shoots the whole system full of calcium and barium salts, and replaces living cells with mineral matter so fast that nothing can stop it. It must have been one of those things great-grandfather got at the Great Sabbat on Sugarloaf in the Catskills. Queer things used to go on there, seems to me. I heard of a man in New Paltz, Squire Hasbrook, turned to stone or something like that in 1834. He was an enemy of the Van Corans. First thing I must do is order the 5 chemicals I need from Albany and Montreal. Plenty of time later to experiment. When everything is over, I'll round up all the statues and sell them as Wheeler's work to pay for his overdue board bill. He always was a realist and an egoist. Wouldn't it be natural for him to make a self-portrait in stone and to use my wife for another model, as indeed he's really been doing for the past fortnight? Trust the dull public not to ask what quarry the queer stones come from. December 25th, Christmas. Peace on earth and so forth. These 2 swine are goggling at each other as if I didn't exist. They must think I'm deaf, dumb, and blind. Well, the barium sulfate and calcium chloride came from Albany last Thursday, and the acids, catalytics, and instruments are due from Montreal any day now. The mills of the gods and all that. I'll do the work in Allen's cave near the lower woodlot, and at the same time we'll be openly making some wine in the cellar here. There ought to be some excuse for offering a new drink, though it won't take much planning to fool those moonstruck nincompoops. The trouble will be to make Rose take wine. Rose take wine, for she pretends not to like it. Any experiments that I make on animals will be down at the cave, and nobody ever thinks of going there in winter. I'll do some wood cutting to account for my time away. A small load or 2 brought in will keep him off the track. January 20th. It's harder work than I thought. A lot depends on the exact proportions. The stuff came from Montreal, but I had to send again for some better scales and an acetylene lamp. They're getting curious down at the village, with the express office weren't in Steenwick's store. I'm trying various mixtures on the sparrows that drink and bathe in the pool in front of the cave. When it's melted, sometimes it kills them, but sometimes they fly away. Clearly I've missed some important reaction. I suppose Rose and that upstart are making the most of my absence, but I can afford to let them. There can be no doubt of my success in the end. February 11th. Have got it at last. Put a fresh lot in the little pool, which is well melted today, and the first bird that drank toppled over as if he were shot. I picked him up a second later, and he was a perfect piece of stone, down to the smallest claws and feather. Not a muscle changed since he was poised for drinking, so he must have died the instant any of the stuff got to his stomach. I didn't expect the petrification to come so soon, but a sparrow isn't a fair test of the way the thing would act with a large animal. I must get something bigger to try it on, for it must be the right strength when I give it to those swine. I guess Rose's dog Rex will do. It'll take him along the next time and say a timber wolf got him. I'll take him. She thinks a lot of him, and I shan't be sorry to give her something to sniffle over before the big reckoning. I must be careful where I keep this book. Rose sometimes pries around in the queerest places. February 15th. Getting warm. Tried it on Rex and it worked like a charm, with only double the strength. I fixed the rock pool and got him to drink. He seemed to know something queer had hit him, for he bristled and growled, but he was a piece of stone before he could turn his head. The solution ought to have been stronger, and for a human being ought to be very much stronger. I think I'm getting the hang of it now, and I'm about ready for that Kerr Wheeler. The stuff seems to be tasteless, but to make sure I'll flavor it with a new wine I'm making up at the house, which wish I were sure about the tastelessness, so I could give it to Rose and water without trying to urge wine on her. I'll get the two separately, Wheeler out here and Rose at home. Have just fixed a strong solution and cleared away all strange objects in front of the cave. Rose whimpered like a puppy when I told her a wolf had got Rex, and Wheeler gurgled a lot of sympathy. March 1st. Yah Relay. Praise the Lord. Trastogua. I've got the son of hell at last. Told him I'd found a new ledge of friable limestone down this way, and he trotted after me like the yellow cur he is. I had the wine-flavored stuff in a bottle on my hip, and he was glad of a swig when we got there, gulped it down without a wink, and dropped in his tracks before you could count to 3. But he knows I've had my vengeance, for I made a face at him that he couldn't miss. I saw the look of understanding come into his face as he keeled over. In 2 minutes, he was solid stone. I dragged him into the cave and put Rex's figure outside again. The bristling dog shape will help to scare people off. It's getting time for the spring hunters, and besides, there's a damned lunger named Jackson in a cabin over the hill who does a lot of snooping around in the snow. I wouldn't want my laboratory and storeroom to be found just yet. When I got home, I told Rose that Wheeler had found a telegram at the village summoning him suddenly home. I don't know whether she believed me or not, but it doesn't matter. For form's sake, I packed Wheeler's things and took them down the hill, telling her I was going to ship them after him. I put them in the dry well at the abandoned Repelli place. Now for Rose. March 3rd. Can't get Rose to drink any wine. I hope that stuff is tasteless enough to go unnoticed in water. I tried it in tea and coffee, but it forms a precipitate and can't be used that way. If I use it in water, I'll have to cut down the dose and trust to a more gradual action. Mr. and Mrs. Hoog dropped in this noon, and I had hard work keeping the conversation away from Wheeler's departure. It mustn't get around that we say he was called back to New York, when everybody at the village knows no telegram came, and that he didn't leave on the bus. Rose is acting damned queer about the whole thing. I'll have to pick a quarrel with her and keep her locked in the attic. The best way is to try to make her drink that doctored wine, and if she does give in, so much better. March 7th. Have started in on Rose. She wouldn't drink the wine, so I took a whip to her and drove her up in the attic. She'll never come down alive. I passed her a platter of salty bread and salt meat, and a pail of slightly doctored water twice a day. The salt food ought to make her drink a lot, and it can't be long before the action sets in. I don't like the way she shouts about Wheeler when I'm at the door. The rest of the time, she is absolutely silent. March 9th. It's damned peculiar how slow that stuff is in getting hold of Rose. I'll have to make it stronger. Probably she'll never taste it with all the salt I've been feeding her. Well, if it doesn't get her, there are plenty of other ways to fall back on. But I would like to carry this neat statue plan through. Went to the cave this morning, and all is well there. I sometimes hear Rose's steps on the ceiling overhead, and I think they're getting more and more dragging. The stuff is certainly working, but it's too slow, not strong enough. From now on, I'll rapidly stiffen up the dose. March 11th. It's very queer. She is still alive and moving. Tuesday night I heard her piggling with a window, so went up and gave her a raw hiding. She acts more sullen than frightened, and her eyes look swollen. But she could never drop to the ground from that height, and there's nowhere she could climb down. I have had dreams at night, for her slow, dragging pacing on the floor above gets on my nerves. Sometimes I think she works at the lock on the door. March 15th. Still alive, despite all the strengthening of the dose. There's something queer about it. She crawls now, and doesn't pace very often, but the sound of her crawling is horrible. She rattles the windows, too, and fumbles with the door. I shall have to finish her off with the rawhide if this keeps up. I'm getting very sleepy. Wonder if Rose has got on her guard somehow. But she must be drinking the stuff. This sleepiness is abnormal. I think the strain is telling on me. I'm sleepy. Here the cramped handwriting trails out in a vague scrawl, giving place to a note in a firmer, evidently feminine handwriting, indicative of great emotional tension. March 16th, 4 a.m. This is added by Rose C. Morris, about to die. Please notify my father, Osborne E. Chandler, Route 2, Mountaintop, NY. I have just read what the beast has written. I felt sure he had killed Arthur Wheeler, but did not know how till I read this terrible notebook. Now I know what I escaped. I noticed the water tasted queer, so took none of it after the first sip. I threw it all out the window. That one sip has half paralyzed me, but I can still get about. The thirst was terrible, but I ate as little as possible of the salty food and was able to get a little water by setting some old pans and dishes that were up here under places where the roof leaked. There were 2 great rains. I thought he was trying to poison me, though I didn't know what the poison was like. What he has written about himself and me is a lie. We were never happy together, and I think I married him only under one of those spells that he was able to lay on people. I guess he hypnotized both my father and me, for he was always hated and feared and suspected of dark dealings with the devil. My father once called him the devil's kin, and he was right. No one will ever know that I went through what I went through as a wife. It was not simply common cruelty, though God knows he was cruel enough and beat me often with a leather whip. It was more than anyone in this age can ever understand. He was a monstrous creature and practiced all sorts of hellish ceremonies handed down by his mother's people. He tried to make me help in the rites, and I don't dare even hint what they were. I would not, so he beat me. It would be blasphemy to tell what he tried to make me do. I can say he was a murderer even then, for I know that what he sacrificed one night on Thunder Hill. He was surely the devil's kin. I tried 4 times to run away, but he always caught me and beat me. Also, he had a sort of hold over my mind, and even over my father's mind. About Arthur Wheeler, I have nothing to be ashamed of. We did come to love each other, but only in an honorable way. He gave me the first kind treatment I had ever had since leaving my father's, and meant to help me get out of the clutches of that fiend. He had several talks with my father, and was going to help me get out west. After my divorce, we would have been married. Ever since that brute locked me in the attic, I had planned to get out and finish him. I always kept the poison overnight, in case I could escape and find him asleep, and give it to him somehow. At first he walked easily when I worked on the lock and the door and tested the conditions at the windows, but later he began to get more tired and sleep sounder. I could always tell by his snoring when he was asleep. Tonight he was so fast asleep, I forced the lock without waking him. It was hard work getting downstairs with my partial paralysis, but I did. I found him here with the lamp burning, asleep at the table, where he had been writing in this book. In the corner was the long, rawhide whip he had so often beaten me with. I used it to tie him to the chair so he could not move a muscle. I lashed his neck so that I could pour anything down his throat without his realizing. He waked up just as I was finishing, and I guess he saw right off that he was done for. He shouted frightful things and tried to chant mystical formulas, but I choked him off with a dish towel from the sink. Then I saw this book he had been writing in, and stopped to read it. The shock was terrible, and I almost fainted 4 or 5 times. My mind was not ready for such things. After that, I talked to that fiend for 2 or 3 hours steady. I told him everything I had wanted to tell him through all the years I had been his slave. and a lot of other things that had to do with what I had read in this awful book. He looked almost purple when I was through, and I think he was half delirious. Then I got a funnel from the cupboard and jammed it into his mouth after taking out the gag. He knew what I was going to do, but he was helpless. I had brought down the pail of poisoned water, and without a qualm, I poured a good half of it into the funnel. It must have been a very strong dose, for almost at once I saw the brute began to stiffen and turn a dull stone gray. In 10 minutes I knew he was solid stone. I could not bear to touch him, but the tin funnel clinked horribly when I pulled it out of his mouth. I wish I could have given that kin of the devil a more painful, lingering death, but surely this was the most appropriate he could have had. There is not much more to say. I am half paralyzed, and with Arthur murdered, I have nothing to live for. I shall make things complete by drinking the rest of the poison after placing this book where it will be found. In a quarter of an hour, I shall be a stone statue. My only wish is to be buried beside the statue that was Arthur, when it is found in that cave where the fiend left it. When it is found in that cave. Poor trusting Rex left it. Poor trusting Rex ought to lie at our feet. I do not care what becomes of the stone devil tied in the chair. All right. The dog, Arthur, and yep, the devil in the chair. That is that. Hope you enjoyed The Man of Stone. Hazel Healed and H.P. Lovecraft. Pretty interesting one. Pretty cool. That will be good for now. Fairly intriguing there. A good time of it. How about that, huh? Alrighty. Finish off that soundtrack for next one or so. And we will see. But for now, we will carry on, finish Nightmares. I am going to prepare for that and switch on over to special events from Just Chatting. Don't need to go back, other back button with the mouse. Can do that next time in Lovecraft readings. Alright, let us read through Nightmares, see what else we can add to it. A fun time of it, shall we? Alright, and here we go. Check a bit of that out. Yes. Be editing it, yeah, finishing off and get it to be actually there with the final version. I guess we'll do Nightmares 20 final version. Alright, Nightmares 19. We have got it, and looking pretty good for all of that. Great. Nightmares 19. Finish off that last version. Let's read it through first of all. Get those final edits as we go. See a little bit maybe afterwards. And it's ready to be submitted. Best I could do for these few months working on it. Time has finally come to submit it. So let's finish it off here. Have a good go of that, shall we? Alrighty. Here we go. Nightmares, a serious play written for the love of purpose. Dramatis. Oh yeah, I need to move that down. Dramatis Personae. We'll organize these. We've got Warlord Priest Varkon, the Congregation of the Kingdom, Young Aspirant, Hero Garim, Captain of Arms Heller, Soldier 1, Soldier 2, Veteran Sister Bro, Sister 1, Sister Shelby, Sister 2, Jester Enforcer Stink. Settings, the Grand Church, barracks with the different rooms. and the sisterhoods. I don't know if we really have different rooms in the barracks. Let me come back and look at that, double check that later. I'll make a note to double check that. Courtyard of Provincia, top of the fire tower, the wilds, and dungeons. Scenes. Yeah, that looks fine. Act 1, Scene 1, congregation singing at the grand church within the city nation, exalting their faith and culture. Scene 2, barracks, sisterhood assembling troops and discussing their passion for the craft. Scene 3, courtyard, the greatest... injustice committed on the people. Maybe it should be against the people. Or on the... I don't know, I guess on the people is pretty good. Act 2, Scene 1, top of the tower, the priest confers with his cohorts. Scene 2, the wilds. The hero gathers intelligence that disproves the faith. Scene 3, the dungeons, our hero is captured. At Curtain at the Grand Church, Scene 1. Highlight. Song for the entire cast, yeah. Fire in the sky, the champion returns. Let earth receive his master, let every soul prepare their steel, and our task come ever faster, ever faster. Fire in the sky, the hero rules, let men their knives deploy, while roads and blazes, trees, oceans, and rivers deny the deafening stream, deny the deafening stream, deny the deafening stream. He offers us the world with blood and rage, and makes the nation prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his crown, wonders of his crown, wonders of his crown. Cast takes their seats in the church. Varkon moves down sage. Rejoice, people of the everlasting flame, soldiers and subjects of our prosperous provincia. For this marks the first day of the festival of Kairos. In his shadow do we gain sight, that we may peer beyond the veil of all that would hide from our gaze. All hail the mighty Kairos. All hail the mighty Kairos. Young aspirant, Gareem aside. Yet I do not hail him. Our culture of Provincia is a cruel one, where malice and wickedness are rewarded hand in hand. My parents were taken from me when I was barely able to walk, conscripted in the Provincia Flame Blades, Battalion of Arms, to bring glory to the land. They have never returned. They never returned, but I will find a way to expose High Bishop Varkon for the power-hungry warmonger that he is. All are subject to the champion's call to arms, and you will each find your own way to illuminate our city in the coming weeks. Remember that no individual can shine bright without giving the credit to the champion. We are but weeds in his golden field, and it is his will that keeps us whole. I speak for his desires, as I have gained holy insight into his master plan. Follow my teachings, and you too will earn the favor of our master and benefactor. Only through my grace can you hope to achieve a lasting friendship with he who smote the darkness. When the day of deliverance comes, he shall take all those worthy of serving him into his eternal majesty. His might cannot be matched. Cast cheers. There may be those among there may be those of you among us who have not attended a torch lighting for the fire festival before. Those of you returning for another year, I can sense your eagerness. Like the phoenix, our past qualms and failures are shed off, and we are reborn in the holy light of 1,000 burning hearts. As each new season comes to be, there are no secrets between us and the champion. He sees and hears all. His watchful gaze is ever-penetrating and ever-knowing. Believe in me. Follow me. Trust in me, and all your earthly fears and doubts shall evaporate in the face of he who is the very air in our lungs. Varkon claims he is the most intimate with our ascended historical figure. I know this is not the case. He uses his position to manipulate and charm the masses. He will never stop amassing power and wealth. He's like a starving animal who will never stop feasting once he has caught his prey. I can stop him, although dissent and disobedience to the battalion is punished with great anger. Let us rejoice in that the champion is preparing for yet another wave of reinforcements on our front lines. Your sons and daughters in the battalion Be them in the barracks or the sisterhood, are spending their lifeblood for a holy cause, not only to better our nation, but to bring glory and spread the word of the champion to those who are not yet in the light. Cast cheers. Garim stepping further downstage, close to the side of Varkon. And how can we know that those not in the sphere of influence of the champion are in the dark? What if they are living prosperous and happy lives with their own beliefs? Outraged, yet with his typical confident formality. Captain, seize this man immediately. Yes, Your Eminence. Who are you to ask such a base question? Do you not know there is no light without the champion's grace? With her arm on him, struggling. My name is Garim. I believe there can be light within all of us, to all peoples. Hope should not be reserved to only those who have found someone to believe in. My flock is it not saddening that there are those among us who have yet to feel the champion's embrace, and yet that is why we light the torches to start the festival and kindle our beliefs anew. Cass iterates agreements and fervent zealous approvals. What if I choose to seek truth in other sources? Who are you to deny my thirst for exploring other possibilities? It is only through his grace and my guidance that we prosper and are able to live in this moment with courage and full-hearted purpose in our lives. My poor fellow, Garim, you need only listen to the champion with humility and feel his strength in your core being. There may be other divinities, more forgiving and gracious, that we could praise. You test my patience, misled aspirant. Bows his head. Very well, then. Citizens of Provincia, enjoy the initial days of the festival, and I shall see you for the next gathering of worship. All hail my benevolence and guiding light of the champion's spirit. All hail Olivar Khan and the champion. The cast dispersed, CIA remains watching calmly. After movement, Varkon eventually exits, giving a final disapproving glance. Minimal amount of soldiers and sisters remain posted around the sides of the church, 2 or 4 of each, while young aspirant takes center stage. I guess they just let him go at that point. Yeah, they just let him go. Heller moves off, because he was in custody before that, so let me confirm that just to clarify. Yeah, we have to give some little stage direction that Heller releases him. Freedom of speech and sign. Oh yeah, release, that's funny. Release, no, we want release, that's better. Alright, broadcast stable, just have to check it every few minutes. Okay, a minimal amount of soldiers and sisters remain posted around, and he takes center stage. I guess that works. I mean, maybe it's a little unrealistic that they just let him go, but they consider that good for now. Alright. Could add extra dialogue there, say. Can go for now, but nah. Let's see what else we have. I'll come back to that maybe. We'll think about it. Alright, so Garim, I will not give up on a just and honorable nation. While the masses may close their eyes to the horrors that go on every day in our state, I refuse to take part in that. I will give my life if it serves as an example to others that we may not live this way any longer, that we cannot live this way any longer. Too many have suffered needlessly at the hands of Harkon and his brutes. It is my mission to put a stop to this fanaticism once and for all, that we may have many beliefs and a natural understanding of the world. I will do whatever it takes. Blackout on to scene 2. Barracks side by side. The sisterhood transitioned to barracks, both on stage, scene 2. Sisterhood. Alright. Brel. Gather round, sisters. Today we are practicing our main drills for close quarters combat. Moans and groans from a few of the sisters. Again, Mistress Betbrell, how many times this season are we going to go through this? I know it's the Champions Festival, but surely we've honed our skills enough for any further crusades this year. Oh, shall we leave it to the men to protect us? Become nothing more than a common housewife? Or are we the elite sisters of Provincia? Yes, Mistress Brell, no enemy of Provincia can stand against us in the heat of battle. That's right. If you do not hone your skills often, you will wilt. Same as your blade will dull and rust if you do not keep it sharp at every opportunity. But come now, you have enough time to enjoy the other activities of this festival outside of the sisterhood, do you not, Sister Elise, Sister Shelby? Yes, mistress, it's just, isn't there only so good you can get before training is unnecessary? Ask that to the fallen sisters of our crusades, who may still be here had they trained longer. Yeah, I think Sister 2 Shelby doesn't really matter though. I don't even need to to define that which one is which, just for them to look at each other. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Ask that to the fallen sisters of our crusades, who may still be here had they trained longer and harder. As you say, mistress, they fall in line and begin training. Gurium walks past. They exchange a glance. In the barracks. Captain, have you no fatigue after the latest skirmishes with the infidels? When it comes to beating back the tides of ignorance and blasphemy, I could never dwindle. I am a rolling tank, like the legends of old, inexhaustible and only growing stronger with each enemy toppled. You aren't our captain for nothing. Last season I saw him cleave the heads of 3 barbarians with a single strike. If you have to ask if he gets tired, you haven't seen him in the fray yet. Okay. Arrow enters the barracks, crosses downstage a Heller, begins speaking before he stands in place. You, Captain, have never taken the time to appreciate the delicate and precious side that there is to life. You only revel in the brutal savagery of your own. That's right, that's right, knave. I do not care for your quaint little gestures and sweet stuff people like you covet. I am most happy when my own hands are carving my bloody mark on this world. And what of the weak and defenseless of Provincia? What would you have them to? What would you have them do? Oh yeah, I have it do, but it's do. What would you have them do? Lay down as fodder for your war machines and sacrifice themselves for your glory? If they cannot stand for themselves, then they will fall for our righteous cause. Though you wouldn't know much about that, now would you, flunky, leaving our order after only your 2nd season? Soldiers chuckle and taunt him. Soldier 1. He wasn't cut out for the task, sir. I left because I aspire to be more than your base butchering blackguards. Ooh. You'll make your way to the door if you know what's good for you. It's only because you once stood among our ranks that I don't give you a right thrashing right away. Right thrashing right away. I could definitely remember that one better. Give you a right thrashing. Yeah, I should say here and now. That's a bit better. Here and now. Sympathetic soldier. I know that you're only an ally to righteousness, Grim. You wouldn't be fighting so hard, making trouble if you didn't believe it was right. Yeah, this will be off to the side then. Off to the side. That's like near the exit on the side. I know that you are an ally to righteousness, Grim. You wouldn't be fighting so hard and making trouble if you didn't believe it was the right thing. Sometimes one needs to take a stand, even if he stands alone. Grim makes for the door. Most soldiers shrug him off and grunt grudgingly. Grim crosses downstage to the centerhead. That's it. Keep those arms high. Grim knocks on the door. So 2 answers. Yes, soldier. I would like to discuss something with your mistress, Brel. She is in the middle of drills. Best not to disturb her. It's important. Shifts uneasily, glances at Brel, returns the glance, signals her over respectfully. Brel approaches and says to bows as she joins her sister. Rejoins her sister. That's fine. Greetings, joins, rejoins, it's just a little better, I guess. Greetings, Grim. I heard you publicly confronted Lord Varkon about some of your views yesterday. Yes, I do not believe in his position. I came here today to ask for your help. And what could my sisterhood and I assist with when it comes to Varkon's way of running things? I have heard there is a reliquary of text stored in the high desert. These would prove that the champion's light is not absolute, and with that, people would be more free to choose what they believe in, and rise up from under the oppression of Varkon's boot. And how would you know of such a thing? Even to speak of such, you realize, is risking your very life. I am willing to take the risk. I journeyed to the underbelly of our city, and spoke with wizened elders of the former guard. Eventually they described to me a place that Varkon tried to bury and remove from the land, but the truth still remains, and I plan to get to it. Now you're going to say that my sisterhood is your only hope of recovering these relics. You're right. Without your help, I am not going to get far. It's time someone takes a stand. My sisters will help you there. Takes her hand. Wait, maybe a little more convincing here. What can I do to make this a little more believable there? I know what you've been through. I know what you've been through. If this means a better life for the future of the sisterhood, it's time someone takes a stand. My sisters will help you there. My sisters and I will help you there. I guess it's better than just my sisters. Takes her hand. Alright. At lights, courtyard setting, prisoners lined up. Yeah, this does need to be blackout, so that's right here. Blackout. That does need to be stated. Yeah, blackout, lights up, courtyard setting, and prisoners lined up on upstage wall. Scene 3. We do have scene 2, scene 3. Okay. Varkon stands aside the prisoners a few steps downstage, making ready to address a smaller crowd than the opening scene. My friends of faith, here lie betrayers of the light, the very embodiment of all we seek to rebuke and repel. Groan and mumble. It is through the diligence and unwavering belief of our holy order that these knaves were routed out and seized before they could spread further lies and darkness in our kingdom. Takes a few steps. We must remain true to the champion's cause, and allow no distractions to come between us. Exaltation. We shall make an example of these betrayers. Guards, slay them. Move for the killing blow. Blackout. Yeah, I'd have to figure out if it needs an intermission or not. Probably not long enough to need that. We can just have the other 2 acts together. I think that's fine. Alright, let's move that down a bit. Move that up a little bit. Okay. Alright, now we have this other one highlighting like before. Scene 3. Scene 3. Scene 1. I should make it more consistent though. Like, I say scene 1, I should say scene 3. Scene 1. think that's fine. Scene 3. Scene 1. Act 2. Alright. Top of the Tower of Archon stands upstage, addressing Heller and Jester Stink. Well, here we are, friends. Heller nods simply. I brought you here for a specific purpose. Contain your lunacy until you understand the task I lay before you. Certainly, O exalted one. Are you committed to the cause? Committed. Two T's there. That's right. Okay. I will do what needs to be done, though I'll need to return to my people before long. You will go when I am finished speaking with you. Matters of the church surpass everything else in our empire. I'm sure that is your strong and firm belief, Lord. Wiping his brow, it was covered with sweat. Do not seek to unnerve me. Now go take your positions and prepare for the deluge. Heller not. Your wish is my command, O noble one. Smiles mischievously. Archon exits. I could make this a little more dialogue there. That's very short scene to have them just all together. We can add a bit there, I think. Let's come back to it. Let's add a little bit here. I don't know what that asterisk is for. That must have been something else. I just like the stage line. Alright, so let's add a note here. Add more to the dialogue. Between the three of them, it could be an interesting one before the monologue. Alright, add more. I'll remove that before the end. Obviously. In the final draft here, that will take out the name, all that will be great. Okay, what have we got here? Say what you will about His Eminence Varkon, I've not seen such a pretty penny since I formed the syndicate of rough-ups. Surely you are in it for the money, too. No, I know my purpose and I serve gladly. We can't all be opportunists, I suppose. It's just that those who know their calling find it, while non-believers such as you slink in the shadows, only serving a righteous cause when it's convenient and profitable, as you are pointing out. As you are so ungraciously pointing out. Fair enough. His hands... How do you describe that, hands raised like that? His hands... How would you describe that? It must be a good way to describe that. His hands... His neck... Let me think here. His hands... extended in... submission. Something like that. Fair enough. I don't know how to... Fair enough. I don't know how... Extended up and submit. That's hard to describe that, but I think I get the point across. Fair enough. Stink crosses to exit stage right. In parting, Heller looks at Stink. Just remember your place and your agreement. I wouldn't dream of forgetting, good sir. Heller gazes into the distance blackout. Spotlight and Stink as he sneaks back on stage. You ever find yourself in a situation where no matter who you support, you're going to regret your choice? Here I am, captain of the cut-up brigade of the most notorious jesters of our kingdom, and I find myself... Let me call them something more than combat jesters or something, I really don't know. Notorious fire jesters, combat jesters, armed jesters, I don't know. It's hard to describe. And I find myself questioning the morals at hand. I could be virtuous, yet still line my pockets. I need to have a good laugh to this. Yeah, I've been meaning to add a good laugh to his. It's like the only real laugh in the play, so even if it's just from the character. I don't know, the audience will laugh at certain points, probably not so far. I haven't thought of much humor to just add in there, but we'll find a good balance. The directing and all that. Could be virtuous, yet still line my pockets. The gold is truly a prize worth dreaming of. There are so many delights to be had these days. What shall we consider to be the most valuable qualities at the end of our lives? Let's see. Though, what shall we consider to be the most valuable qualities at the end of our... I don't think you would say qualities there. The most valuable treasures at the end of our lives. Whether we somehow avoid the end of a blade, take your pick of various diseases, and make it to the end of life naturally. What will we hold dear and look back upon fondly? For me, the choice is simple. The easier choice will be quite easy to make. It's about my legacy, my bounty. Whatever the consequences for others, they'll have to deal with it themselves. I wasn't the one who decided to rule this land with an iron fist. I simply perform what is expected of me in my station and revel in all the mayhem that ensues. Big, boisterous laugh. Boisterous laugh. Boisterous. Noise, energetic, and cheerful rowdy. That's why I won't be losing any sleep over it. That's why I have full confidence in my purpose. However things turn out for our hero. I won't be the one separating his head from his shoulders. All right. I could just have mentioned that, break the fourth wall a little bit. Maybe that wouldn't work. They like referring to as the hero like that in the show. Well, let me see how it ends here. It's before the end. Have you found what I asked for? It is here, Grim, now that it came at a high cost. Keeping it at her side with her downstage hand. It is through the sacrifices of those who see the truth that we shall awaken the world. Certainly hope so. May this shine the light of truth on Barkon's darkness, which is for the book. How will this help save our sisters from further peril? If I can present it the next day of the festival, each of you helping me to show it to the common people, they will know that it's worth fighting for. All will be able to see clearly for the first time. And then they all come in. Stay where you are, sisters. Give us Gareem and none of us need to be harmed. If you refuse, it will be a waste of your life. I'd do what the man says if I were you. His aims are that of our own. We will no longer waste a single drop of sisterhood blood on Varkon's wicked cause. There has to be a better way. The champion's fire is the only way. Now lower your weapons. Preach the truth. We will not serve a false prophet any longer. Agreed. So be it. Men, bring me their blades. Can't you see I'm trying to help you? Get down. Fight scene. Brel and most sisters laid dead or defeated. Heller points his sword at Chess after disarming him. You're coming with me. Give it up, lad. The fight is over. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Alright, scene 3 in the dungeon. I keep forgetting to highlight these. These scene changes. Scene change. Okay. Well, this is supposed to be the wilds, right? This is the wilds, and Act 2 seem to... around here. Yeah. Okay, scene 1, 2... This wasn't how it's supposed to be. All is as it should be. He walks back and forth, strutting in his place beside young aspirant, who is slowly brought to light, with heavy backdrop and red lighting behind him. He keeps his head down. Barkon takes his time, making his space his own and contemplating what to do with Green. He thought you could overthrow me. Weakly raising his head, speaks in low yet still determined tones. I know someone else will take my place and bring the truth out. There are none who can. Your meaningless resistance has already been crushed. There is nothing more you or any of your misguided allies can do. The truth will find a way. You will be free. You will be whatever I decide. Your fate, as it always has been, is in my hands. Did you really think you could oppose me? That the sacred flame would be snuffed by the likes of you? How deluded can you be to think you ever had a shadow of a chance against the might that is my holy order and Vestal? His demeanor stern and overbearing. There is nothing more for us to discuss. Guards walk in. Men, prepare the swope for execution. Yes, my lord. Barkon starts to leave, then turns for one final remark. Tell me, Green, did you really think you could win? My death will bring about a new era, one of greater light and everlasting truth. You're a fool, Green. Your death will mark the end of a trivial pursuit of ignorance. Using quotes from the play in the background. 30 seconds to a minute. And that is that. Yeah, we'll have a happier, better ending for perhaps next play or something someday. I can do some screenplays and thing. But for now, let me just take it scene to scene. We'll add a bit more for that one. I felt like could use a little more discussion. Top of Act 2. Alright, so once more, we have the song, we have the discussion. We have everyone there, Blackout. We have the Sisterhood, we have the barracks. We have everything there. Now to scene 3. Or they execute, that's a very short scene, yeah, scene 3. Should add maybe a little bit to that. Alright, scene 2, top of the tower. Yeah, that one is really quick, so should maybe add something to that, but can't think of what much to add right now. Alright, Act 2, I said add more to this one. What could we add to this discussion? While they're all still here before they all clear out. Barkon. It is not without hesitation that I call upon it's not without hesitation that I call upon characters of such unscrupulous nature as you. But what benefits But what benefits the... It's the order of our... It's the grand order of our nation. Benefits benefits hold on. Okay. Looking good, looking set here. Do some save. That will be just fine. Okay. Alright then, all fine here. And we add a little bit more to that. Okay. Just a few numpad hotkeys sticking out, that's fine. I think that'll be fun. We got our first frame drop, 0.1%. That's been great tonight. For whatever reason, reading on, just no Wi-Fi issues, no internet issues. Hopefully stable, decent quality, and looking good. Alright. Which is my command, O noble one. It is not without hesitation that I call upon characters of such unscrupulous nature as you. But what benefits the grand order of our nation? Benefits all its citizens, even our lowest. Barkon nods to Heller. Returns the gesture. Barkon exits stage left. Heller moves. It moves down stage right, but need to say that he moves than before that. Say what you will about His Eminence Barkon. Alright, well that's a little bit more there. Maybe that's too much of a spoiler here, I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's just a little premonition. That's pretty good. Alright, well that's mostly it. I'm just gonna get ready to the final version here. which will be just taking out my name for the submissions. So 0101. Sorry. Okay, Nightmares 20. We have made it, guys. It's been a good few months trying this on stream here and there. And, yeah, pretty happy. Final result, let's just see how it does at the submissions, and hopefully we'll get a chance to put it on stage or do a Zoom show for it, like my last one I played. It was a lot of fun to do other versions like that, or just have it read, you know, bring to life. It's a lot of fun to have things you read and write, just to run them to come to life in any case, so... Yep, so this will be version taking out my name. We will take out a rough draft here. Just keep the page number, I think is fine for the header. Yep, so now I just have the page number. And that is that. Ready to submit it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Awesome, well, hope you enjoy the process of that. Pretty interesting. And hopefully more to come. Can share with you guys in due course. That will be the plan. Share it here and there, get some other videos of it or other things, other versions of it. I'm gonna do just a little final upkeep. Yeah, we made it to 21 pages, not bad. Okay. Yeah, some scenes just kind of all over the place, but that's fine, I think. The format won't suffer too much. Oh yeah, see this one just like scrolling up, it made it so much further. So, that depends, we can make it. As Times is Roman 12, it's pretty standard. Good, it's just... moving it up like that changes it a bit. That's alright though. Just do a little note there at the end. I think it's okay. I'll try to at least have the scenes well divided. This is kind of weird to have it. Oh dear, okay, that's just making a mess of things. Why? Like to have the new scene on a brand new page, but that was not the way that worked out. Yeah, back to guards, walk in there. Now we actually removed a page there instead of 21 pages. A perfect 20 pages. Let's see if this is suitable enough. Hopefully. Hopefully it's relatively organized. It's kind of weird, yeah, the scene shade pages. I can always get help with formatting, stuff like that, if that's really important. But yeah, see, like this, there's just so much room there. That is just not necessary. It keeps changing. I don't know. That's weird. Just big spaces in between that we don't really need. Fight scene. Oh, definitely don't need that. Yeah, I'm even taking out another page. There's just so much extra room. Oh, that's kind of weird though. That hopefully I'll find some extra room for the end. There we go. That's good. See if that's decent enough. Just little format issues. Ah, but now Act 2. It's all the way down there. Everything gets pushed back. It's weird. So let me just push everything back and then see how it looks afterwards. A decent amount of space. It just certain ones got weird spaces between them. That looks a bit better. Let's see. Yeah, we get the song there, the scene list. Maybe like that bigger or something. Yeah, I don't feel like those should be in the same place because they're kind of supposed to be separate. So if I make this just really big, I guess that would work. Just a few things that are being enlarged more than normal. What happened? That looks much different. Alright, I guess we're going back over because, yeah, just a few formatting things I like to. Settings. Just looks so much different, the different font, the different text. That's okay. Dramatis Personae, settings. Here we have scenes. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I had them different sizes like this, and then I did it all together grouped up, so of course it's gonna be different. Let me go back, see if I can fix that. Is that how it was? No. One more. There we go. See, it was much different, just like that. So this one I'll make even bigger than 20, make it like 28. And these ones we can make closer to 20. How about that? Settings and scenes. That's a little better. Got 28, 16, 28, 18. Yeah, I'll switch that back. Just little formulation things. That's good. Alright, fun times for this terrific Tuesday, though. Hope you're doing good for the last day of January. We're almost to Groundhog Day. Exciting times to come, everybody. Very exciting. Alright, to the 16, 28. Gonna hold off on saving just until. Alright, oh, this is properly formatted. Can do a little better with this. Yeah, 28, fine. Instead of 11, we'll try 16. This one back to 20. And these at 16. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't all need to be in one row, I mean. This makes it easier to read. Set aside from the other such. Had them originally at one line. That's not necessary. Okay. Persona, scenes. Yeah, I think that's not a big deal. It's fine. Up, Act 1 smaller than Act 2, though, so let's fix that. 15 to 16. There you go. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Alright, and now this should be at the top, yeah. I guess I can maybe space these out a little more. Not like that, though. I mean, like this. Yeah, that's better. The bullet points. Move it up a little bit, perhaps. This can be 28. Or should we make it like these? Yeah, also 28. Yeah, that's fine. Now we're getting there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the main point across. It's exciting. Okay. Curtain at the Grand Church, scene 1. Let's see how the format looks here. Not too bad, not too bad. Gets the point across. Could do new scenes for each blackout, but it's kind of a waste of paper. I don't know. Let's just keep it naturally spaced, whether it's a new scene change or not. I don't think that's really a big deal. You can have someone to format it, help it if I need to, but I'd rather not waste paper, you know. Alright, as for this one, yeah, we can definitely move that back up. So, curtain call. Good. All right. So that came out to 19 pages. Could have one extra page. I don't know. Do we want it to be a perfect 20 pages? It's really not a big deal in itself. I guess I can organize it a little more. For a perfect 20 pages, we have just a little bit extra here. Okay. How's that? Almost there. Act 2 on its own. Blackout, I feel like should be the previous, yeah. Blackout after that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Just about there. We look it over one final time. Yeah, we have the previous version. That's why I do so many different save versions, 20 different versions to make sure I always have to have something to fall back on if we need it, so. Alright, we got nightmares, took my name off, we got the page numbers, we've got dramatis personae, we've got settings, we've got no need for asterisk there. And yeah, we came back to this. There's no barracks with different rooms. It's just the one main barracks. So we can take that out right now, I guess. Barracks and the sisterhoods. So I had it with different rooms, but yeah, these are just basically side by side of that. So I think that works. Why would I say with different rooms when they're just really just the one room? They don't go anywhere. They don't go to the bathroom. They don't go to the closet, anything like that. So yeah, that'll be fine. Alrighty. Top of the fire tower, the wilds, dungeons, scenes. Extra space. Is that an extra space? Yes, it is. Okay. Another save, looking good. Okay, fantastic. Scene 1. Scene 2. Let me play with that. I'm going to save and revert if it doesn't work out. Let's see if I can... Yeah, move this just a little bit down there. How does that... Wait, was that the one or was I looking at a different one? Okay, that's scene 2. Scene 1. Act 2. That's kind of silly. I have Act 2 at the top there, yeah. Alright, come on. Can we still keep 20 pages? I can make it smaller if I need to, but I'd rather not. Alright, we got Act 2, Scene 2, Act 1, Act 2, Blackout there. Scene 3, that works well enough. Alright, Curtain, Scene 3, Scene 2, Scene 1, Act 2, Scene 3, Scene 2. That's not great where that is, but I only have so much room to maneuver right now. Scene 1 is fine. At Curtain at the Grand Church. At Curtain at the Grand Church. That might not be worded properly, so maybe not. At Curtain at the Grand Church. Just at Curtain, the Grand Church. I think that's better. Okay. So yeah, the only one is the Scene 2. Look a little better if we move it down. I'm going to play with that. Let me just make sure we're saved. See if I can possibly clean this up. Yeah, so there's Act 1, Scene 2. Let's see what it looks like here. A few lines down. That will indeed push us over. No, it did not. Wow, that's surprising. Alright, that actually works perfectly then. So we have Curtain. We have Scene... Of course, then it'll move all the other ones, won't it? Damn it! It's so hard to keep it well formatted for all of them. Oh my goodness, that is difficult. Just want them all to fit in the right place, but that is really tough. That is kind of tough, guys. Oh man. Why is that so difficult? I'm gonna try to move the extra space back. No, that didn't work. Okay, if we move this back. Damn, that is hard to do. That is pretty hard to do there. Why? Why does it do that? Such big gaps like that. Well, now is the time to work on it. I have several days before it's actually due to turn in, so. We were so close. Now it's on to... Wait, did I seriously remove the page header somehow? I did. Somehow I removed the page header and all that, so we gotta do several steps back here. There we go. Somehow removed that through that process. That's not good. Okay. Well, now we're back to pretty good length. Just this one. Scene 3 is kind of annoying. Scene 2 could be better. Oh, man. Yeah, we might actually need a Nightmares 21 at this point. I don't know. Nah, I think we're good. Nightmares 20 and 20 pages. That's what we're gonna aim for. 20 versions, 20 pages. That works out good, so. Alright. I guess we can just let it be as is. Doesn't have to be perfect like that. It is what it is. Alright, we got the big speech here. I think that's pretty decent. I mean, it's just hard to format. I've always had issues like that. This is even like harder than Word in some ways, so I don't know. I think that's pretty effective the way it is. Yeah, scene 3, scene 2, scene 1. Scene 3 is a shorter one anyway, so scene 2, scene 1. I think we got it, guys. It does not need to be absolutely perfect. It just needs to be. So I want it to be, and that'll work. Alright, I think we are ready for submission. So, let me send it on over. Nightmares 20, one final save. And we are good to go. Alright, tons of fun with that. And I'm going to email it on over as it is, as it stands. One final sweep for any other typos, maybe. Control F does, oh yeah, find. Let me see. Alright, I think we got all the main errors out, everything needed. I'm going to copy and paste it and send over the attachment to the email. Submission is officially in. Beautiful. And yeah, they would just hide the alias when they like send it to the judges, but it doesn't matter to me, whatever I say in the subject line or all that, so we're good. Okay, beautiful. And let me send it on over an email. Absolutely fantastic. I would show you guys the email if it didn't have the sensitive information of their actual email. So that's nothing much you need to see. Alright. Email it over to the Gmail. Festival submission. Nightmares. Okay, let's do the attachment. We have Nightmares 20. Exciting moment, guys. We'll see you, get that feedback, see how it all comes together. Alright, search files, recent files. Nightmare 17. Where the heck is all this coming from? No, not from recent emails. Yeah, computer. That's what it was. Did the recent emails? So that would be, of course, like the older version. Documents. That's where I saved it. Maybe it's saved somewhere else. It's saved in downloads. Alright. Nightmares 20. And let us do a copy and paste of the entire script, because don't always trust the attachments per se. Can do maybe a nice font in there as well. But that is the main thing. Oh, I don't need a font. No, I messed it up like stationary. I'm saying stationary. That's not necessary. Alright. Nightmares 20. No preview. We'll download it just to double check it went through okay. Downloading it up and taking a look. There it is. We got it, guys. Alright, fantastic. Beautiful. And one final double check for the copy and paste. Yes, got his shoulders. And send. Yeah, I think that's all I can do. Leave site. What do you mean leave site? Oh my goodness. Alright. Sent on over. Double check the sent folder, all that. Get just very tiny bit of frame drop, no big deal at all. And check the attachment once more, just because paranoid and all, and make sure it went fine. Okay. I'm going to send it to myself. I got to print it out the library and send it to myself in the mail so that I have that sealed copy of it. So I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. Walk on over to the library. It's nice to have that when it's fresh and new. Nobody beat me to that in case they didn't steal my work for a reason, but it's a work of about a year now, a very long process, so it's been a good amount of time. Alright, I think we are set. And we are good. And there we go. Yeah, its deadline was February 5th, but we made it. And a link in the Facebook announcement. Let me just take a look at that to be sure I didn't miss anything important. Can close Nightmares for now. It's a good bit of fun to write. Now I just look forward to the next step, because that is very exciting stuff. Go to the theater company. See what they have to say. The latest, oh yeah, submission form. There it is. So they have a separate submission form, and I sent it directly to the email. Directly to the email. They said each will be given stage reading, the role of the playwright, instructions. PDF form. Yeah, I can't make it in PDF form, so maybe I'll do that at the library tomorrow too, just to make sure. But let me just fill this up anyway. In the meantime, filling up this little forum. Will you be providing your own director, tech crew, costumes, props, other? No. Has players seen production of any type? Submitting this form. There's nowhere to attach. Here. Alright, festival submission form. Done. Just a little extra. I'm going to send them the PDF one tomorrow, just to be sure. But let them know that, because the ODF one that I have, yeah, I believe this is an ODF. So I'll try to get it to PDF tomorrow at the library, hopefully. Yeah, this is ODT. No, not ODF, ODT. That's right. Okay. Since I don't currently have Word, library. Alright, looking good. Well, I did my best for that type of show that it was, so we shall see. And that will work for now. Alright, well, we took care of that. Good Lovecraft fun here at the 2-hour mark. Finished the play submission as well. Have other memories, things like Medieval Fantasy Monday. Memories there. Anyway, we're looking good. And that is that. Alright. Yeah, I'll do some more from Library Search tomorrow. Look forward to that. Steam's still with a weird update Tuesday things. But we are free to move on. Our next adventure, so good bit of time with that for now. Now we could get back to the good Skyrim things. Don't have too much time left tonight. We could do some other pinball celebration, because yeah, it was fun. Time to send in nightmares. We get to Spellcast University soon, on back to the clouds. Looking forward to that. For now, I'm going to get to a little Excalibur such pinball. and playing a little off stream for Pasha and such. I can show you the screenshots of that, but it's mainly just the pinball table, so don't necessarily need to see that, but it's good fun for what it is. Yeah, I played a few tables recently. It's Rome, Biolab, Pasha, a few from before. So that's always a good time. We could get a little bit for now. And maybe some Skyrim to finish off for the night. As we come back to other great times in the roost throughout the week and any other day for fun shadows and adventures. Oh, that's interesting. That was interesting. It came up there. Matchmaking behind the display capture, perhaps. Oh well. Let me make sure it's off just to be sure. Yeah, they're both on in the background. That's weird. Alright, we're good. We're good then. Little Excalibur to celebrate the submission of Nightmares. We'll get some more tomorrow, the PDF version and such, but that's it for the most part. Send it myself. I will go back to Biolab later. For now, don't care too much all these extra features and things. Just want the fun Excalibur. Can do that one ball challenge later, maybe. Should we do that now?
Challenges.
One ball challenge is good. You have to get yeah, like 15 levels of score. You get more challenges. It might be just good to learn that one ball so you don't make less mistakes. So, one of my favorite tables for sure. So, Excalibur there, got on my wall right nearby. It is very fitting for this pinball table, I'll tell you that. And Mordred's Lullaby, our intro song. Of course, so I got that point booster. I don't understand what the heck that does. Like, when would you do that? Just when you're about to get big points? You turn on the damn point booster. I guess it'd make it easier for this challenge, but it's just kind of weird to me. before you're about to hit something. It's just so strange. Oh man, 200,000 there, that would have been good. It's such a weird feature, but I unlocked it because I play this table a lot. Alright, that's our one block we get. This is one ball round, so let's try to make it last. Oh, that didn't work out. I just gotta disregard that annoying thing. I just use it all at once so it distracts me less. It's so weird. Have little power-ups and things. All it does is for score, though. So yeah, it didn't help very much. Let's try naturally here. The Crystal Ball and Merlin. Some of that Merlin show. Another King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Pretty good movie. For what it was. Sequels, I guess. It's a one and done, one hit wonder. Blockades. Yeah, I just do the regular table in a bit because you do make progress and such over the course of it that you would unlock more things like the castle.
Watch out!
Stuff like that, so it's probably not the best table for one ball challenge. Seems like the longer you play it, the more you unlock the duels, tournaments, and all that. The jousting, but the duels is really hard for some reason. Even the questing beast is pretty challenging. Try to get some better strategy, better movement, and the finesse, but it is hard. See, I'm already doing better without that score multiplier. That thing is not worth it. Not worth the distraction, these extra buttons. Probably not. We're stolen by the gutter ball. Kind of a flight ball. There's some actual pinball table tournaments going on lately. It's fun to hear about those. Alright, enough one ball. One ball nonsense. We have more than one ball for a reason, so let's do regular.
Single player and hot.
I'm gonna like to do the slow motion other stuff, but ball save time bonus, distance bonus. Oh no, these are just bonuses. I do only got rewind or reverse time to replay the last few. That's good if you lose the ball, but yeah, that one's hard to unlock. Survival challenge. Slow motion seems like it'd be good, but we need yeah, one ball challenge for that. So I'm getting close to that, but I'll try again at some point. For now, we're trying to beat that 27 million, nearly 28 player on Street Classic single players without wizard power to. This one I think I have that score booster again, so yeah, I should probably do classic. I'll do classic next, but we'll do one regular with this score booster nonsense. See, I didn't even boost my score. It's like 10,000. What's the difference? I don't understand. I need to look how this power actually works, because it seems like I get the points, it doesn't actually multiply them. I don't get it. I don't know. Oh well. I used it up, I don't have to worry about it anymore. That's fine. There we go. Decent bit of it there. It'll be fine. Okay. Glorious government. John Luke Alfia with John Luke. Discuss those movies, but this duel is impossible. See, it's so hard. I don't know how to do that. A lot of the little arena, like the little miniature arena things, little tables, like little windows are really hard to do. It's really hard to control the ball. You have those weird magnets like in the Pasha one. Cannot figure those out. There's an extra challenge, extra bit. XP, I guess. I'm gonna do the classic one. Let's see. Skill shot for this one is challenging too.
Excalibur reveals the way.
The old caveman pirate games, just play that demon pinball. All sorts of tables. It's a pretty good collection here though.
Watch out!
Two on the excellent times though. Most definitely. Up and over. Watch out, here it comes. Gotta be great.
Fortification strengthened.
Overnight. See that little ground pound, doesn't it? That makes it hard. A bit challenging, but it's good. Try to get the blue path if I can. Let's see here. There's the beast. Oh, that's not go so well. Sword and shield.
Excalibur reveals the way. Are you a knight or merely a squire?
Trying to focus on something.
Game
I
pause.
need a quick pause for a broadcast check. Let's say hello to any lurkers. Okay. Going fine. Oh well.
The gods of old are gone forever.
Let's switch to classic. Try that out. Hey, we still got a little upgrade there. Score a level up booster. Not that I understand that distance. Oh look, a new mastery
Each
reward.
table features several rewards you can unlock by progressing your mastery level.
That's good.
Mastery rewards.
What you gonna do, Merlin? Just look at Merlin's guy. That's nice. I'll have to do more. Alright then.
Single player results. Single player and hot
That
seat.
classic with that Indiana Jones
My collection.
pinball look like fun. Where is that? It's not paranormal. Not universal. Huh. The Walking Dead pinball. So funny. Where that Indiana Jones? Son of Zeus.
Son of Zeus!
Not the same as the Son of Zeus like animated one. Not at all. See, Indiana Jones is there, but can't find him now. There's Solo. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, a lot of them locked. I gotta get Zen Studios now. That's some classic ones. The
My
vault,
collection.
the vault robber. That one looks funny. All right, well, yeah, my favorites there. The 3 medieval Sears cars. There we go. Williams pinball. Yeah, Indiana Jones. Feel like I play this sport. Let's play the quick trial game, I guess. We'll be back in a moment. Excalibur others. 1993. Oh boy. Had a good old Indiana Jones game. Used to play quite a bit as the Search for Atlantis, Quest for Atlantis, something like that. That was a good bit of fun too. Next movie coming up pretty soon. Oh boy. It's The Last Crusade and Temple of Doom. So they the 3D. Indiana Jones. And shoot the gun to launch, that's great. Oh man. kind of hard to see. These like classic tables, there's a lot less to look for. And there's Shorty, some grown-up Shorty. Dr. Jones, poker. Well, locked the ball already, that was quick. Shoot the gun, I don't think there's any skill shots since they find super jets with the box here. Oh man. Sandra, Marion, other Dr. Jones. Eternal life, that's funny too. Sighting revolver. Okay. See about this, huh? Challenging for sure. Alright, we gave him. I'll be right back. Good stuff. Alright, good bit of fun with that. We can move on. A little more Excalibur, maybe one or two more of Epic Quest or Marvel or something. Let's do one more.
Excalibur.
Classic Excalibur. For now, not get to do that, so here we go.
Legend is born.
Skill shot somewhere up there. No. It's challenging. Oh, where's the walk?
Are you a knight or merely a squire?
Here it is.
Fortification strength.
Tilt! Oh no! I've been using it a little much, but not expecting that, huh? Oh well. So it goes. Learn those good lessons. Not to tilt, right, guys? See how long I could hold the ball hostage for you. Quite a while, it would seem. If I hold the ball hostage until we get a active chatter in here, I might just be here all night, so let's move on. Okay. Be good. Try to siege the gates this time. Try not to knock it over the sides, but best efforts don't always come through. Proper result. Ramshackles. Oh yeah, that's how you lock it up. Nice. Instant rebuke. Rebuto. Oh, that nudge was effective. You just can't do it too much. But if you do it at the right moment, the right space like that, it can save you from ball out. On the sides. Like to fortify those sides. Enhance the fortifications, but it's not letting me. See, we really need to get that kickback activated. Makes a big difference. You just have to hit them though. Damn! All on the side this round. That's rough. We can play another because that was quick, yeah. Quick and brutal there. Sorry, ball lock. Oh no, that I got a freaking leaderboard. Maybe just because it was classic, yeah.
A legend is born.
Play much classic. That went straight down the middle. That's rough. Try this again. I gotta get that Holy Grail quest, man, or one of the round table quests. Or the joust. The joust is always fun. Give me a joust. Oh, look at that moving target. We probably want to hit that. Oh, I hit it with the backdrop. That was good. Oh boy.
Watch out!
About to tilt. Don't tilt. Don't do it. See, if I keep hitting those, that makes it real easy not to ball out, except in the middle, of course. Oh, that was tricky. And then it still went to side. I'm having really bad luck with the side lanes here. For some reason. Dub. Knight of the round table.
All safe.
Oh well, it'll take a few times to warm up, get back to play pinball occasionally. Buck Rogers and such. There's some fun ones out there. This one of my favorite, newly discovered ones. Here's the quest. Wanna do the oh yeah, the one that it came with is like the ghost story one. Play that on my tablet. It actually works pretty good on my basic tablet. Holy. Alright, fortification strengthened, but it still goes down the middle, right as I was about to call that out. I can't believe it. Okay. Hey, that was the skill shot, because it was the highlighted letters. So. Hit the table, dang it, hit the table. Oh, goodness. Not my lucky day for this table.
Expel the invaders from Camelot.
Thor one too much. Moon Knight was a pretty good one. I have a few other marbles I haven't really done much to this stuff. Ghost Rider. Take a look what else I haven't played. Some I haven't played much at all. Like the Deep Sea one was good, but I played with my brother. It was pretty good. Hit them back, yes, the Robber Knights. Goodness gracious. How many do I have to freaking hit on this? Oh, that was actually close that time. I hate that so much. I hate it in general. Not our night for these. Oh well, we put up a good fight. I would hope.
Player results.
Somewhat decent.
Single player and hot seat.
Not even loading the leaderboard yet. 3 million. That does not compare to my 27 million, does it? Not even close. Nowhere near the
My
ballpark.
collection.
Alright, for some I haven't played much, I wanted to look at, Marvel. I really don't have many at all. Wow, I thought I had more than this, but yeah, I only have the 4 Marvel. So it's something, but it isn't much. I do have a couple Star Wars. Yeah, the Boba Fett one. Don't have Bethesda yet. Fox next. That's like Marvel Strike Force. Fox next. Playing that a lot lately too. Yeah, I don't have any tables yet, so we'll just make a good mix of them. Pasha, Secrets of the Deep. I play all that I have a good amount. Fishtail's not that interesting, sadly. We'll do another, oh man. Let's do Ghost Rider, I guess.
Ghost Rider.
It's fine.
Single player and hot seat.
Single play all the time. I am about it with the leaderboard. Alright, we'll do a little of that. And we'll finish up with some Skyrim tonight. It'll be nice.
Mine is the power of hell unleashed.
Skill shot.
Alright, let me move that camera angle first of all. Make it nice and zoomed out, that's pretty good. See, the background is fun. Fire fish here.
Lock is lit.
Villainous
Damn soul escaped.
Mephisto.
Little Mephisto has a deal for you.
Not bad. All right. You can't beat me on my own.
Quite the different table, as you can tell, though.
Surprise, bonehead.
Well,
My influence, you'll be just an average rider.
You're wrong, Mephisto. I never make a puppet.
shit, I almost lost it.
And the show begins.
All these tunnels are kind of weird.
My turn. My turn.
What's happening?
Mine.
I think he stopped my flipper from working there. Seemed like it, yeah. Oh shit, there's that one up there I missed.
And the show begins.
Not bad.
My turn. I said
No! Hands off, so I can't hit that one. I'm not supposed to hit that one. I guess that's how that works, yeah. That's challenging, I'm not used to like restricting the flipper. Oh man, that's challenging.
soul escaped.
We have a cheater.
Cheater. Oh boy, this is an elaborate quest, that's for sure. Doesn't seem to be timed, which is good, but I keep missing that one. Follow it.
My turn.
Hands off.
My turn.
Ah, it doesn't. He like plays for me, basically. That's really funny. He plays for me, so if you hit it for him, it's bad. That's really cool. And I actually did it properly. I just didn't realize it at first. That's what I was supposed to do. That's better though. Oh man, I keep missing that one.
My turn.
Okay, hands off.
My turn.
Hands off.
The winner is Mephisto.
Of course. Not over yet, though. Come on through the freaking finish line.
Kickback activated.
That's intense, guy. I don't know what to say about this. Very intense.
Touche. I admire your ambition.
Loose soul. Oh well. What are we aiming for here? Shit.
Terrific.
Molten ball there. It's a pretty good table. You can tell it has some good creative design to it. What am I aiming for? Oh, that's crazy. just so chaotic when you don't know much about it. You're just going for whatever you can. I'm lasting a long time, though. That's good. Let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it, though.
We have a cheater.
Not bad.
Jeez. Do the finish line. The ring. That's a very brief window of shoot again revival, so gotta not count on that. Yes, we got it that time. Can get it multiple times. Scarecrow. Or let's do the orb. Ah, he's an actual orb. That's funny. It's like Mysterio, basically. Fishbowl on his head.
I'm invincible.
Oh dear.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's pretty tough. Tough little angles. Can we shoot the orb? That'd be funny. Oh, I hit it in the right spot, though, looks like.
Stands one. Two. Who are you again? So, you want to play? Then let's play.
Catch the fireball. 5 mil. How am I supposed to catch that? It went straight down the middle.
Raise Johnny Butterfingers.
How was I supposed to catch that? There's no way I could catch that. There must be a technique to it, but I just don't know what it is.
I'm invincible.
The spinner wheel, that's interesting too. There's a lot to this table, yeah. Not bad. Hobble pinball.
The lock is lit.
When they just skip so, hell grows closer to us.
That's insane. Two of the bosses so far. Somehow staying alive a long time here. Oh, that went straight through. Yeah, that revive does not last.
The lock is lit.
Straight back down. That's intense, man. Holy. I keep missing that. It just says a short amount of time. You really have to expect it. Alright, that was a good ball, yeah. Alright, at the top of the serpentine. Skill shot, I have no idea how much that is. Sinkhole summons a villain when lit. Interesting. Almost got it in.
I'm invincible.
Don't move.
Alright, let's try that again. A bit of help from the madness.
My grandfather
Damn.
would not be pleased.
I know he wouldn't. That was bad. Oh well. Not nearly as long as the first one. That also missed the skill shot, I think. Yeah. So you don't. It doesn't help to force it. Where's the ball? Shit. Oh, it took a long time. I hit it so hard it took forever. Used to that automatic full power. It just goes wherever it will. Throw. Got it that
The
time.
lock is lit.
And then I'll hope you enter here. It's funny.
Surprise, bonehead.
Get the world. Alright, who's next?
Not bad. Surprise, bonehead.
Taking away the loose soul. That's good, I guess. You want less loose souls. Damn soul.
We have a cheater.
The lock is lit.
Trying to hit that. That is hard, though.
All locked.
Alright, cool. position for that amount of strength, gosh. The right amount of strength there. Interesting. I don't know where they liked it though, so try it again. It's random. Uh-oh. I'm always hitting that one. I feel like even the last times I played. It's hard to keep track of it. Keep your eye on the ball.
The fantastic Johnny Blaze did it again! Return now!
Those motorcycles in the cage. It's funny.
The fantastic Johnny Blaze did it again!
Okay.
Invincible. Surprise, Omen.
+1 to something.
Return now! Not bad.
We have a
Shotgun. Okay. Guess you want to shoot him. Shoot the clean shot him. Some
Touche. I admire your ambition.
super jets. Here we go.
Return now!
Something good. Over 10 million. Alright. Humble beginnings. The bumpers. Very funny. Straight out the ramp. That was funny too.
Touche. I admire your ambition. I'm invincible.
There.
And the show begins! Return now! Not bad.
Fun Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, but being such a wait for another time. Get some other things. For January 31st.
Grand station CP.
Ridiculous.
And the show begins! Return now!
Ghost Spike. Alright, Scarecrow.
I don't know if you really are dead, but I'll race ya. Not bad. Not bad.
Jeez.
And the show begins!
It's good to keep track of there. But I'm trying.
Return now!
Okay.
I'm invincible.
Trying to get the ones on the right, but it is hard. Oh yeah. So we got 3 of the villains so far. It's good.
Multi-ball.
Multi-ball. There we go.
Jackpot.
Jackpot. Alright.
Jackpot.
Oh shit. Trying to get the one on the far right now, but take some finesse. Gotta keep him going. It's the last life. Holy. Juggling the ball. Jeez. Side kill. Oh shit. Into the lava. One after the other. Alright, close enough. Keep them up as long as possible. Don't know where to hit him exactly. Let's try for that on the left. Surprise lasted this long, you know? As Nick says to Ellis. Alright, goodbye. Solid hits.
Not bad.
Strider intense. Just a shield out. Oh,
The loss.
distract myself. Yeah. Oh well. That's it.
Game over.
At some point, not bad.
You have leveled up and up.
Alright, good bit of unlocks there. Okay.
Congratulations. Single player results.
Good.
Single player and hot seat.
Pretty interesting. What it's taking me to there. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, that's one of the better ones for that.
Main menu.
Challenge stars, match up, play against somebody else. No real interest in that. So.
Main menu.
Yeah, good times for now. That's the other cabinet spot. Alright, good stuff. We had a good fun run of that. Let us get to a tad bit of Skyrim. Finish off, I think. We have a Discord notification. Let me check that. Oh, Hammy, you made it to the Discord. Excellent. Good to see a friend. And some promotion to champion for you. Pleased to see you with the Hype Squad. Brilliant. Alrighty then. Sub Discord, other fun. Okay. Shall we get a bit more Skyrim at the time we have left tonight? A little bit of time, indeed we go. Which, you know, yeah, we can get to a little bit here. Let's make the most of it. Play some other stuff soon. But for now, yeah, I got practice Spellcast University for the Harry Potter game. We'll discuss that in a bit, but yeah, chat is still down, so we won't worry about that. I want to see other mods for Skyrim, yeah, especially like the money, the other carry away, things like that, but we don't have to stress it too much. We'll just, you know, get some other mods, console commands, bit by bit. Uh-oh, we're out of sync here, so let me switch over from that. Yeah, Steam server's still down or something. Switch over from pinball, see what we can do here. That standing stone right now, if we got a few minutes for that. Hopefully. Synchronize in the cloud, it says. We'll take a look. Stream avatar looking fine. Other commands. Voice mod. Join Cyanide. First cheer of the month. And we have first of the year, actually. Good nightly sub goal last night from that whammy. Upgrade, not be needing a creation club. I might want to look for some of that cheat room, other things. Just get every random item. Oh yeah, these are the actual annoying thing. You actually spend points for money for. That's really silly to me. But for I'm out so far, yeah, we did get the Adventurers Guild, looking good for that. We'll take a look at more later. But, Dragon Priest follower. Ooh, Fenrir the Firewolf. Didn't even realize I got that. That's pretty badass. Do I have that? It's featured. These are featured things. Gotcha. That's kind of cool. He is also not keen on swimming. Except conjure other creatures spell. Huh. Mistveil Keep, Court Wizard's Room. Huh. Yeah, that seems pretty fun. Firewolf, just kind of found out of nowhere. Alright then. Updates available. We do have some updates. Let's see about other things. Here's some weird things. That's nothing for a carry weight exactly. Oh well. We'll get back to these things later. It's good for now. Just wanted to get to Standing Stone and enjoy it. The time that we have left for need to go to other things. We have that quick save, hard save, yeah, both there on the Standing Stone, so I think that'll work. Alright, headphones for a few minutes. Better at the end than never, but we didn't need too much for the writing. Pinball, hope the sound wasn't too rough for those of you enjoying that, so we'll be just fine. And voice mod demonstration, wait till tomorrow, so for now, you're looking good. Put him in the waterfall, yes. Yesterday, have our adventure, first companion for him, Isabel Ceruleus. Interesting. Let's get to that Standing Stone if we can. Take it bit by bit. We have the hit skin. Active when I need it. I don't need it at the moment. And that Nirnroot, I hear you, of course. But where are you? Is another question. Ooh, that's some interesting foliage. Tropical. Forsworn Den, looks like. They did just attack us by that Adventures Guild outpost. Yep. And then we have some lookouts right away. Somewhere is an enemy. Interesting. I wanted to go to that trader's location. Oh yeah, amulet. Trader's post. I wanted to go there last time. We didn't quite get to there. Where is this enemy you speak of? Have the hard save, so I'm not worried about that. And what cave is this? Blind Cliff Cave. I do not really remember that. Standing Stone might be at the top of it, so we probably should go in. No idea where that enemy is. I don't think we have another way to really climb to get to the Standing Stone. Doesn't look like it immediately, at least. There might be something over there, but probably best to just go through the cave. There's the signpost. Glorious adventure for Twitch Dragon. Yep, doesn't look like very easy climbing up to the Standing Stone. I think through the cave will give me a better outlook, so let's try that for now. Yeah, there's the different locations, wherever the heck the enemy is. It says they're right there, but I really do not see them. Oh well, let's get in for now. There's the orcs. Information. Oh, here we have who in the heck? Who could that be? Forsworn, yeah, that's just Forsworn. Arrow in the back, I suppose the simplest one. The Forsworn bows. So. Dagger might be more powerful, but it'd be harder to do. Might as well just go for that. Pretty sure they're an enemy, right? Just about all the time. The Forsworn. Arrow in the head will do the trick. And the oil there, you can also use the oil. It's blocking and the sword, pretty basic sword. Not better than my mace, I'm sure about that. Decent mace for now. Be careful, Isabel, you're brand new adventure. Yeah, a lot of oil pots, you could just cast it down on her, but you don't get skill points for that, so I usually avoid that. In certain instances, though, it can be quite helpful. Alright, look at that standing stone here. There, I finally did the roll, see? That's what I've been trying to do. I just need that full height for it. That was fun. Splash around a bit, very nice. And what is up there? It looks like an oil pot all the way. Or those are just spores or something. Can't really tell. This looks like the Dawn Guard area, kind of. Yeah, there's several pots. I'm gonna save here, reload if needed. Let's hit him, I guess. Boom. Here they come. Oh boy. They brought the party to us. Yep. Oh, dude, she'll tank a little bit for me, but there's only so long she can last for. She's down. That's those adept settings. Making a good difference. Switch to steel, that's fine. Don't mind if you hit me, actually. More restoration magic. She's thankfully character essential as my companion, so that is good. When your wife otherwise become non-essential, it's kind of sad. Certain companions just won't, but a good amount of them are. Alright, let those fire pots, whatever they did, they did. Good to move on. Can't eat these right away like I'd like to. We dealt with some of our carry weight, but yeah, so I found a really good workaround for that. God mode is the only solution. Very annoying. You just drop something, I guess, you know. Carry weight issues, but we'll see. There's the roll again. Love it. Yeah, there's a lot of these just hanging around. It's an interesting cave to have that. What the heck? Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's seen me. Oh, she was just sitting there the whole time. Didn't even notice her. Alright, got the, no mercy for you, I'm afraid. Smash him down. Nice try. Okay. Still not in immediate danger of getting overrun, so... Okay. Dang it, I press left click. To the right click. It's so hard to tell. Different hands, different things there. It's alright. Good bit of progress. Nice silly arrows. I put the steel arrows. Oh yeah, did I do number 5 for the bow yet? Not yet. Oh yeah, that's the bow, so that'll be 6 actually. Okay. Blind Cliff Tower, that's what I've been wanting to go, but I feel like there's quite a bit more to explore here. At least a little bit, so I'll come back to this in just a moment. Tower drop. For now, let me see. This is an interesting area, I don't really remember this. Huh, might be one of the few caves I have not been to very often. It all looks pretty much different to me in 360 graphics too, so it's basically like new for everything when I do all the main quests. That's why I'm really excited for it, honestly. It is a good upgrade, much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were just, you know, making more versions of the game, but no. It is definitely worth it. Alright, muffled and moves silently. That's already a great upgrade from the bone mold. But it'll be a while until we get matching a set of heavy armor anyway. So far we're mostly vanilla, like 95% vanilla. We can just enjoy these actual little things. 24 armor, good upgrade from the bone mold boots. Oh, 21 armor. Dang it, I'm just trying to look at it. How do you look at... Oh, shit. I missed the freaking shield. How do you look at the gosh dang item? Okay, scroll up. There we go. So these are the new ones. Good muffle enchantment. That is a nice one for the sneaky lizard. At the moment, and bone mold boots to dragon. These were good before. They will be on my mantelpiece or such eventually. For now, we have the good mix of stuff. I am liking it. For that Twitch dragon gloriousness that he is. I do have candlelight. Be quiet, but it's nice to see things too. That conjuration and rift in it said by the spell tower. Yeah, lesser ward really is good to use. It's a matter of knowing. I was using a lot of my high elf because he has literally so much magic. I just hold it up for like double cast, restoration, dual cast for a long time. But it is good against all those spells I've been getting thrown at. So I will try to remember to use that eventually here. Okay, I feel like there's a little more to explore. Let's take a look. God mode is off, right? Yeah. Use of some commands will disable achievements. Yeah, I'm not worried about achievements. Got plenty in 360s. This guy's at the entrance there. Feels like it would go deeper though. According to this, it's just to the cliff towers, and there's walls, but until it really says it's clear, even when it says it's clear, I feel like you can go further somewhere. Let me just look around a little bit more. And my adventure companion. Going who knows where. The butterfly. So you can hit them with lightning too, but it's fun just to catch them. Plenty of alchemy and things. Huh. Yeah, it's just an interesting new area for me, so. Look around, hey, Magico. It is very nice indeed, so. Looking around, all these different things. A good time of it to be sure. Yeah, we'll be fine there. Go to the towers, I guess. Used to having the weapons out, but yeah, that's fine. Oil pot does not need to be destroyed just because it's there. This is as high as this goes. Oh yeah, we got that already, so I think that's it. Jump in the little nooks and crannies here, just to be sure, but pretty cool new area. Witcher and Skyrim, both unique and enjoyable their own way. On we go up here. To the cliffs then. I think we're good for the time being. Hard saving a bit. Say only 2 children for your home. Room for them to stay in. Yeah, eventually figure out how to even start Hearthfire. But yeah, only the 2, so I guess we get a boy and a girl is the best balance. But oh, muffle. Need to have that dagger at the ready. I have not been using that, but potentially be better. The elven dagger. Don't want him to hear me pull it out. Candlelight not helping out. There it goes. Oh, the leader, the looter. That was funny. Found me or someone else? The danger music activates, so I convince you he found me. Alright, now we switch to the mace. Watch it, she says to. That is good. Oh, she's down already, huh? Don't have a chance as I literally melt him out of existence. That's fine. Yeah, no, so much for sneaking around, but they were like right there, to be fair. Alright. On to the next batch. Come on. Oh yeah, this is a good place for the lesser war, since she's gonna do mostly. I don't really have much magic for it, so I can try to use it, but for the most part it's gonna be smacking her down. See, it blocks a little bit. Harryite one would be pretty good too. Alright, you're good enough. Good to go. Flawless Amethyst. Version of magic. Wrong freaking button again. Oh well. Hello. Nice of you to join me. Yeah, just a shrine here. Oh, the staff. What do you do with the staff? You just sell it, I guess? Haven't really came across those too often. I don't think it's even considered a weapon, yeah. Oh, it is. A gout of fire. Okay, so it is a fire staff. Interesting. That might be a new addition. I don't think that's in the original. Oh, that was a bad idea. Shoot at me if you dare. Somehow aimed under the shoe. Better close the distance now. Not gonna counter range her now. That's for sure. Whoa! The bats! Gotta love that. Sorry, lady. They don't go splat in this game. Alright, looking good. Nice little Forsworn. Yeah, now it makes me tempted not to join them when I eventually do that Markarth quest. The conspiracy and all. Alright, well the Standing Stone is closer. I think it's right there, actually. So let's head on over to that if we just move through the tower naturally in case loot such as this, yes. Perfect, perfect. Oh, it goes back inside, I guess. Blind Cliff Bastion. Okay, well, I guess we could do that first. I do really want the Standing Stone, but might be easiest to just move through all of this first. Let me see how much of a clear shot it looks like to move to the Standing Stone from here. I guess I can't really, oh god, directly climb it, but it's pretty much within my reach. Yeah, I think we have to go through the Bastion first. I would like to just go to it because I need the dang Standing Stone activated, but you know, priorities for location, so another hard save while we're at it. I'm sure the follower's fine, she's just being her own ditzy self. Have that save recently, we have one before, Hall of the Dead is good, Solstheim is good. Save over that one, I guess. Yeah, we haven't done anything too important, too decisive. Already went up there, it was locked, so on to the next here. Very lovely, loving the graphics of the game. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Let's take a look. Just talking about barbarians or something. It's the slowest sneak PC will allow. You can do it a little slower etching on controller, but you really don't need much slower than that. Oh, it's a Hag Raven. They locked up a Hag Raven. Usually they're on the same side, aren't they? Well, she saw me right away, so not much pointing, sneaking, but in case there are others. Around the corner. That's interesting. Don't see many Hag Ravens not trying to kill you. Mocha. What are you doing here, Hag Raven? Yeah, I do not remember this. Maybe seen it like once before, but it's been a while.
Petra. Evil Petra put me here.
Petra.
Stole my tower.
Jeez.
Chew your bones. Let me out. kind meat.
Oh dear. Why would I release you? What do I get if I free you? Kill the Hag Raven Petra.
Because you're such a very nice
Orc? You must not see me. I'm obviously an Argonian! Oh, you must not see me. Oh, she thinks, yeah. She thinks just an orc because you must not see many orcs around here. It would be funny if you were an orc, though. So I usually play orc. Alright, no one's an orcs.
Oh, yes. You all look the same. You have a pretty staff. I'll only find Petra.
There's some good staves.
Her eyes.
Legendary staffs.
My staff. I just want my tower back.
Alright, open you go. With the chain here. Interesting stuff. we go. Why am I walking still? Must be a reason I'm walking without trying to. Oh shit, I hit the caps lock without meaning to, so now it was stuck on that. Yeah. That's weird. Oh, puzzle. The middle. Alright. Oh shit! See through the map there. Companion is fine, I'm sure. Alright. No traps for us. Good for restoration, not necessary. Hello. Try with the knife first. Yes, they are. Oh, first backstab for a Twitch Dragon. That was good. That was good. Trick is to not bleed to death. She's funny. Yeah, you don't side with the Hag Raven very much. Might be able to kill her, but I am not gonna be that chaotic evil right now. This is interesting. Yeah, nice little dwarf there. Stone dwarf. She has some good secrets. On we go. Somebody mining down there. I cannot get to that. You need telekinesis for that, I guess. Look at all these freaking bars. Yeah, this is a great time for telekinesis, because maybe you can come through the tunnel. Yeah, probably. Probably go through the tunnel at some point. I don't know where my companion got to, but I can wait, I guess. Nah. She'll be fine. I haven't failed the quest or anything, right? So we should be okay. Yeah, that's for the adventure. Yeah, she'll be alright. Wind dagger equipped. There we go. Who's mining here? Alchemy can wait. Do I have that alchemy booster? Thought I did get one, but maybe not. Potions. It can wait for later. I have enough room for now for main things. Get rid of things. The flute. Interesting. Okay. Hey, cooking pot. Do you enjoy a bit of the cooking here? Now that I'm discovering the other ingredient. Wait, what can you do? Misk. Let's see what misk is. Miscellaneous we have. Oh yeah, the poison. No chokeberry, whatever that is. 15 and 10, 10 and 8, and that's all we, 10, yeah, we might as well. Roast that leg, that would be much better. And if you need salt, yeah, I think we have salt. 5 for that, is that really worth it? You have to use your salt. Do you use salt for the soups? Let's see. You do use that too, so yeah, might as well do the best one, apple cabbage stew. That's my last salt for now. That's everything we can. Yeah, plenty of food. I just don't think to really use it very often. Restoration, and eventually will remember to use one of these. So for now, we'll just do 10 and 10, I guess. That will be on the favorites, and you can take them at any time. Alright, here we go. Wow, he was literally right there. I thought he'd be a little farther away. Yeah, she noticed him right away. Oh, blasted him. That was fine. Still on a depth, so I feel like, yeah, it's fair. Some of them do get pretty tough. So it's not like it's too underwhelming to turn it up right now. It could turn up just a notch. She's helping me. Keep in mind that I turned it up though, because now it'll be an unfair ratio of damage. Depends.
You traitorous crows, die.
Oh boy. Trying to line it up here, it is hard. Wrong thing. Hold on. The bow, the bloody bow. There we go. Have some arrows. There she is. Oh boy. It's the big bad lady. Level up, that'll help for these fireballs. Hag Raven duel. Oh, ice and fire, look at this. She was the ice wielder. Do some arrow support for now. She just up there messing with her, so. I don't know what happened to the other Forsworn. They just ran away, I guess. Jeez. The shadows are freaking me out on the arrow. The shadow goes by. Petra, come to help my new hag raven friend. If she will not stand in front of me, that would be helpful. Alright, final blow is mine. She'd be happy about that. That is interesting.
Live in my tower, roast in my home.
Jeez.
Pretty poisons and collect shiny eyeballs.
Look at her. This is quite the interesting cat.
On you, dead sister.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I need that staff she promised me. I can reload if she doesn't give it right away. Might be in the chest. Another Wetland Stone, completely restore magic. See, these are brand new to me. It's interesting things like that. Circle of Triumph, 10% less damage from any attacks the further their health falls below 50%. So it goes like a few percent up. It's good enchantment, I'll probably do that. It's a new enchantment. A lot of these things are new. I just want to read it, you stupid freaking system. I guess I can sell it too, but... Alright.
You like my pretty tower?
You have your tower back.
Yes, my staff. Take it. Do something pretty with it.
Alright. Thank you, Eye of Melka. That's what I wanted. Can't forget about that. Here it is. Fire explosion for 40 points of damage. Yeah, that's good. Fireball. Fireball staff. Better than the other one we just got before, literally. Gout of fire. Alright, well, that is that. Good fireball staff. Almost out of carry weight, as usual. But Petra down and moving on. Moving right along. That was pretty good. Pretty good enough. Kind nibble. Thanks, I guess. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Talera. Remember that one? This is worth a good 60 gold, so that's worth taking. Alright, see you later, Miss Nibble Schnizzle. Malka. Chaotic evil will kill him, but I don't have to kill literally every person that isn't character essential, story essential. That would just be mean, so that was some good teamwork on that. She's the better, lesser of the evils, I suppose. Petra dealt with. That is that. So we have Skyrim exit there. This is the closet or something. Don't need water breathing. Definitely don't need that plate, so let me drop that. That is 0.5. I definitely don't need to be carrying. It is a value of 1, so that will not be worth the trouble. And I guess that's it. Cleared it out. We could go back for that tunnel one. There's a lot of those bars there. is not something I desperately need right now, so come back if I ever need those extra bars, I guess. It's really not convenient to mess with that for now, so let's carry on to the Standing Stone. That was interesting, Blind Cliff Bastion. And nice of you to show up after the entire encounter. My goodness. Alright, moving on. Oh yeah, this was the extra little... Oh, there's no way to get back from here if you jump down, looks like. Let me see if that's true. Yeah, that's one of those only accessible if you drop, but I do want to drop, of course. There's some good things in here. Iron gauntlets already wearing, so no thanks. Alright, good enough, I guess. This ruby. Yeah, it was the one that was locked earlier, so now you get out this way. It's too good loot to pass up, even if I have any time getting the Standing Stone from there. Probably not, though, yeah. Doesn't look like it, so... And yes, some good fall damage resistance. Get that heavy armor, so... It's not too bad. Silly punching a little bit. Alright, anyway. Let us carry on to the Standing Stone. We are so close. Can almost taste it. Whatever it is, I'm going to take it, because yeah, there's literally nothing that would not be a benefit just to activating. It's harder to climb than it was. Wall climbing in these games like WoW and Skyrim. Yep, you can't do it very well anymore. At least without a horse or such. It's right there, though. I need it. This is the same area I saw earlier. Might be able to climb to it from here. I'll just get over this little peak. Come on, push, Twitch Dragon, push. Almost there, man. You can taste it. Yes, it's right there. It's right there. We gotta get it. We gotta get it. Climb the highest peak that you have to for your first Standing Stone, because we skipped Helgen. We didn't even get the freaking bed for a second chance. Alternate star mod, but let me tell you, it is nice to do all these characters without a Helgen introduction. The work on Helgen, will probably play him some more. Switch back to what I could play this game for years. It's just, I mean, I have played it for years. It's a lot of fun. And here we have the lovely, lovely Lover. Oh my god, that's like the one I wanted anyway. That is so funny. This one happened to be the Lover's Stone, because this one is literally good for all skills. That is perfect. How freaking awesome was that? The divine guidance of our first PC playthrough for the Dragon's Roost here on Twitch Dragon. We ran into the Lover's Stone without even knowing it. That was literally the one I've been mentioning all this time. That is a beautiful time, a sign we are moving in the right direction. Active chat or not, that is absolutely beautiful. Very grateful, very excited. That is absolutely exciting, that is absolutely lovely, because this one will give the 10% bonus instead of the 20% bonus to a specific school of skill. This one will be for all skills. All skills improve faster. Yeah, I think that's 10%. Those under the sign of the lover always feel a lover's comfort. Yes, 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 yes. I will gladly activate that holy beacon in my stars. So yeah, I haven't leveled up yet because I didn't even need it for that encounter. And I did turn it up to expert, so they were even harder to kill there. I'll be turning that back down as soon as we run into too much trouble, but just a little adjustment for more hits, more skill level. That is beautiful. Have the Lover's Stone level up available. That will give us 10% to all skills. Oh, 15%. Oh man, that's better than I thought. So yeah, the Lover's Stone is way better than the, if it's only 20%, the Warrior, Thief, and Mage Stones, because that's only 20%. It's only a 5% difference. You use all the other skills so much more. So the Lover's Stone, probably the best Standing Stone in the game. It is lovely. I love it. Thank you, Lover's Stone, for making our life so much easier from this on out to get those extra levels, extra skill up. Just have a beautiful time with it in general. And let's do one hard save to celebrate the satisfaction of that, because that is fantastic. And then we have a bear to deal with right away apparently. But yeah, I'll save over 19 here next. For now, I'll do quick save 20. Alright, save 20. What is going on, bear? Alright, left click I believe is on the left hand. Let me see if I'm wrong about that. Right click is on the... Nope. Left click is on the right hand. Left click is on the... It's basically the opposite of what you think. So if I want to have right hand flames, I have to left click it. Alright, I'm just not used to that. So, console. Alright, expert level bear here. Deal with him as needed. Don't even need to get the bow out. Looks like maybe just a little couple shots. Alright, she gets knocked down again. We bring her right back up. Do not need the bear pelt. I don't have enough carry weight. I mean, it's extra money, but I just feel like it's not worth it. Keep carrying all these little bits and trinkets. You get some really good gear later on, just the more you play and more quest lines you do, so we'll see. Alright then. That was an absolute lovely find for the Lover's Stone, first standing stone. We can go straight back to Soul's Time now, I guess. It's a pretty good chance. Go back to Soul's Time. We've explored a little bit here. Let's head on back to Soul's Time. Oh, the bear ate the goats, apparently. Goat hide, definitely not worth taking. The bear hide is at least worth 50. The goat hide is worth 5. That is not worth the whole point. Goat horns is a new one. They probably use that for something else. But I'm just taking the food for now. Alright, we'll keep it on expert. Get the leg of goat. We can carry on here. Back to Soul's Time because I did have... Well, I want to do this one, but she's my adventure, like, wherever I go. She's a good one for now until I get a new one. We find another one, we're going to replace it. We can maybe finish this quest line for now. I just want to do the... Yeah, Brawler later. We go the Scarecrow to the Chief. You'll have to fast travel directly to Soul's Time. From the side of the map. Yep, there we go. Thankfully still there. Fast travel to Soul's Time. Oh no, place a marker. That's on the capital if you just wanted to fast travel to it. I don't know. We can look at that later. For now, yeah, Pit Fighters. It's funny, you get your own loading thing for the mod. That's your own loading screen for the mod. That's a nice touch, I guess. Oh boy, there's no boat here. Holy. Okay, well, however you want to explain that, I'm not concerned about it. The boat is missing, but we do have a couple things. Oh yeah, there's the map. Should we take that? I don't really see that. Oh, it's a fishing map. Yeah, it doesn't take any weight, so I don't think you have the fishing rod yet. Alright, that's a survival thing or something. Yeah, that's a new thing they added, fishing, so. Oh, too much to run? Where did that come from? I did not have too much to run a second ago. Alright, well, God mode, work your magic, because I am not going to be dropping stuff. I haven't even discovered Raven Rock last time, so it'd be good to discover this. Oh, it's just her. Don't mind the cultist bone mold fun.
Another mouth to feed.
He's happy to see us. Alright, Blacksmith probably has a few things. Oh, actually, we need a... Yeah, Glibber Malloy, brother of the Malloy. Oh, Scarecrow. Don't have any ore. But I can. Yeah, I don't think I have any potions for smithing things anyway. Maybe one. It's not a big deal either case. Other boosting things, it's alright. So let's make what we can, sell what we can't. Maybe a little jewelry, yep, off the bat. Not saving for anything, so just to sell extra stuff. Got 120, 180 necklaces are good. But the ring with the gems. Yeah, I'll be the closest. What can I select there on the keyboard? That's so annoying. Ugh. Alright, let's see here. Necklace better than the ring. There's no reason to make the ring unless you want to enchant it. You can make 2 of them though. Yeah, that's the drawback. So it is worth it to make 2, just more, but it's still like... Wait, why does it say 2? I'm so confused. Let's make 2 then? Yeah, he does make 2. So that is worth it. Alright, nothing else, right? Did have silver and things. Cork bowl barrel, that's new. Firewood. Cork bowl. That must be explosive arrow or something. A hinge. These are things to build a house, apparently. That's funny. I've made locks and things, my goodness. We'll see about that later, perhaps. For now, I'm just trying to free up some space here so I don't have to have God mode on. Already freed up enough there, that's good. God mode disabled. And come back here, I'm not done with you. Not going to bed yet? He's just literally complimenting me, then he went inside. I can't believe this guy. And he freaking locked it. Oh my goodness. I was about to sell you my jewelry and such, you silly guy. Let's use the alchemy for now because I do need to get rid of that extra space, so... As long as it's not the Scathe Crow things, I'll just make some basic potions. Fortify, that'd be good. Alright, looking good. You will sell some stuff, you shall craft some stuff. Shall have a lovely time of it. Next time with the Skyrim adventures and other great times. Enjoy it quite a bit. We will see about it. For now, let us save over that 19. Looking good for the Twitch Dragon. And the farm, other stuff like that. We will be back here soon. And it will be fantastic. That is really funny to do. Oh my goodness. Apparently the strength of the draw makes quite a difference, doesn't it? Stop.
Now come along with us.
And we're picking up Good Time Finishing Nightmares, Good Time with Lovecraft Tale. Make that thumbnail tomorrow. I gotta get some video exporting here for tonight, so we'll get to that in a little bit. For now, though, I'm gonna head out and we'll pick it up in a bit. Thanks very much, guys. Good stuff to come. Appreciate the lovely adventure of it. Gonna be fantastic. Will be very fun and very good. The emote's not loading. I'll catch you in a bit, though. I've had a tough time getting it to load just for that in-stream stuff lately, but get there eventually. Time. Really smooth. Got across what we wanted. Hopefully all loading there where it needs to be. But yeah, back to it some point tomorrow. Look forward to a wondrous Wednesday, February 1st. We'll celebrate before Groundhog Day. And have tons of fun. A good 3.5 hours for now. Yeah, had some good fun of it. We'll pick it up soon. It will be great. Looking forward, thanks again to Cyanide, Whammy Hammy last night, 100 Bits, and the Nightly Sub Goal. You guys are great. We will talk with you again soon and have a lovely time of it. To be sure. Internet just not loading for now, so excuse the long farewell. But eventually it'll load in, or I can just do it on my phone, I guess. It's kind of strange that it just refuses to load during the stream or at the end of the stream. Internet issues. Alright, get that PDF tomorrow, like I said. We'll focus on that, then hopefully have a good time for a full evening. Tomorrow night. I'll just end it there, I guess. Alright, catch you soon. In any case, it's gonna be great.
So long, farewell, I'll be just saying good night.
And good night. Catch you soon. Gonna be great. Till tomorrow.